We rolling when you're ready.
Talk to him. You know, I ain't feeling well today, but the show must go on.
Of course. Gotta end the year with a bang, man. This is like
the last episode of the year.
I don't know what we did for last episode of the year last year.
That was probably like our 4th or 5th episode. So.
Yeah, so we were just like, let's put it out.
Like, oh shit, yeah.
No, I think because we were taking some time off to.
Yeah.
I think you went on some trip or something.
No, I didn't. I don't often go on trips. That's probably one of your other rich friends that you're chatting to.
Were you saying you're rich?
No, sorry. I'm definitely not rich, and I barely travel. I feel like we just took a couple weeks off last year just for family reasons, something like that. But yeah. Oh, by the way, we have our first official podcast sponsor this episode. First official podcast sponsor this episode, Island Punch Toronto. You can see the bottle right there. Shout outs to Kevin, his contemporaries that started up Island Punch Toronto. I had my first glass yesterday. It was immaculate, and I do not use that word often. Tasted good.
I'm sure everyone is seeing on socials right now, but if you saw Ralph's hype video for this
pick up the blood clot ting.
His hype video for this Island Punch. The drink is as good as this hype. That's how I'm treating it. I haven't had it yet, but Ralph talked about it glowingly from his heart.
Yeah, I did.
And it matched in his, Jamaican rendition of Santa Claus. So
Ross Clot. Oh.
It's like a little bit of a vampire, but still Jamaican.
A little bit of the Count mixed in.
Yeah, like Santa Count.
You guys are fucked
Jamaican Santa Claus.
Hey, look,
he's a part-time vampire, like 18 hours a week.
Count Dracula.
Big Twilight fan.
There you go.
Yeah. Your boy Adriel Smiley. Adriel Smiley Official, adrielsmiley.com. This is Mayor's Office Podcast. Our last one of the year. Ending it right. We're here with the man himself.
Yeah, Ralph, a.k.a. the mayor. A.k.a.
I think I forgot who he was.
A.k.a. the black Jamaican Santa Claus vampire out here. My actual AKAs, we're just going to leave that be for now.
I'm not going to give a peso poppy.
Not going to get a peso poppy today. No sulelelelele from Adriel Smiley Official. But
before you go on, in the comments, can someone please think of a name for this Jamaican Santa Claus Count Dracula person? I want to have a name for it so we can add it to Ralph's AKAs.
Bumbo Claus. Yeah. But this is our first official entire calendar year of podcasting. So yeah, we did a end of year podcast last year, but we were only podcasting for like 2 months or whatever. We did it the entirety of 2022. So the pat on our backs for that, for sure. Shout outs to the listeners that stuck with us this entire calendar year and before that, and continue to do after this podcast today. So appreciate you guys. 27 episodes. We're gonna keep growing, and then that's how I feel about that. Adriel introduced himself. I introduced myself, but we could not do this. We could not get to this point without the man himself, the man that runs these 4 walls that we sit, reside, and talk to in. Talk to him.
Hey, appreciate you. Chrissy here, 1990 Studios, Stacks Edwards for the AKA. It's been a great year, man. I've had fun hopping on the mic with the mayor's office, with the mayor himself, Peso Poppy, Adriel Official.
Jeez.
And man, it's been fun. It's been fun being on these episodes these last couple months. And thanks for booking with us. We appreciate it. Both you guys.
Chris is the first man to participate in something and still get paid while doing it. It's actually crazy. But we truly appreciate you, Chris. It's been a good year. And yeah, me and Adriel were just talking. We had a little like mini podcast meeting before we linked up in here. But it's been a pleasant surprise, not only finding this spot, but also you being a part of the podcast. And I truly feel like you're a part of the podcast for sure.
Hey, thanks, man. No, I really appreciate it. I like coming on here and chopping it up with you guys. Even when we first kind of started doing it and I was just recording, you guys come in, we just have little conversations, 1-2. And it's always fun, man.
That's when I realized, when I came in, before I came in and you said, 1990 Studios, we got to check this spot out. I'm like, all right, cool. Start emailing Chris back and forth, setting up a time, whatever. I'm like, this guy seems okay. Then I met him. I started talking to him. I'm like, yo, I rock with this guy. Get him on the podcast.
Greatest decision. Greatest decision.
Biggest decision of 2022 for sure.
I feel like I want to start with Chris at the top because we're talking about New Year's resolutions, which I think feel different at this age than they did when you were younger. Because I've had the same New Year's resolution for like 3 or 4 or 5 years. I don't know what that says about me. Maybe I need to do something better. But I want to start with Chris. What is your New Year's resolution? Do you have one in mind? Something that you wanted us to improve next year?
Yo, I like that because honestly, I was always thinking about that every year, New Year, and I used to be like, oh, it's New Year. I'll put stuff off to the New Year, just for that timing. But I've been on this like new thing since. I do have kind of like some New Year's resolution you could say, but I want to say I look at it now where I'm like, you don't gotta wait till the New Year to do it. Like if you want to do something, you gotta start today. Like don't trick yourself. Put these little things in your head where I'm gonna make it like a milestone thing. Like, oh no, I'll push it off to the New Year because then you're not really, you know what I mean? Like if you have an idea of something that you can change, make it better, improve yourself, you don't need to wait till the end of the year to do it.
That's facts.
That's kind of how I've been feeling. But with that being said, yeah, man. I mean, I always have something new that I'm trying to do, improve myself. Listening to people too, and like kind of taking it in, and then I always like evaluate myself at the end of the day. Like maybe it's not a good thing to do that all the time. I am kind of an anxious person at times where I like replay conversations a lot.
I know those ones.
And I'm like, but I think it also improves me as like a person as well, because I'm like, oh, maybe I wasn't hearing that person, or maybe I was rude, or maybe I did cut them off, or like maybe I was, XYZ. But I say for 2022, if I wanted to give out one resolution, I just want to work harder, hit the gym more, that typical shit. But and consistency on everything in my life, because I have a knack where like I'll start stuff and like not finish it, or like just not be consistent. And the gym is one of them too. So just consistency is definitely the move for me.
I agree with that, bro. Same thing here. Consistency in terms of like my projects and stuff. As I said, like this is my first like planned out project that I've been consistent with, and I have so many other ideas that I want to implement. So yeah, definitely I'm with you on the consistency thing. I also agree. We got to stop deciding that, it's the beginning of the year, now I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to change this. I had a point because of COVID and everything like that. I put on a lot of weight, right? Like I think I was like 198 pounds at one point. At my height, like that's overweight. That's obese, right? I just said, fuck it. I'm going to lose this weight. And I just turned it off. I turned my brain off and said, fuck it. I'm going to set up a plan. I'm going to do it. And I followed through with it.
Yeah.
And instead of waiting until January to implement this plan, I did it already and I lost 26 pounds. So it's like, that's something I'm really happy about. This guy's the sound effects. Going to make a nigga blush.
Look at the sound you chose. for weight loss.
I lost a lot of weight, and it's like I attributed that to me just say, fuck it, let me do it. I could have waited a long time. And I see it in my friends and family. Sometimes they want to say, yo, I'm going to wait until this day and then I'm going to do that. Nah, let's just say, fuck it. Let's just do it today, bro.
Yeah.
And I have an issue with that. Even on a micro level, I'll say, you know what? I'm going to start this at 3:00. Bro, it's fucking 2:56. Just do it.
You don't need the extra 4 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think consistency is definitely one for me. I would say just to relax more. I feel like take more time for myself. With my hours at work, it's all over the place. And I'm one of those people who like I don't know how to sleep in. Like I could be like in a pitch black room waking up at 6:30. So it's like teach myself how to sleep in some of those times, take it slower, and then read more. I had all these goals for myself of books I wanted to read this year. Definitely didn't achieve any of that. But like you said, now into the new year, like over the past 3 months, I've kind of like got my kick back and are back into it. So I feel like that makes sense. But I feel like I wanted to send you the segue for New Year's, because you know what comes with New Year's?
What comes with New Year's?
Drinks are involved.
Jeez.
You know Santa Claus, Dracula, Bumbaclaw loves his drink. So I feel like we gotta intro our special guest today.
For sure. So we got a big special guest, and we're gonna introduce him right now. Pop up from behind the curtain.
You already know what it is, guys.
All right, let's get this guy by the mic, man. All right, so I'm going to give you a quick intro on this guy before he intros himself, because I feel like I'm pretty good at my intros, right? I've been practicing. It's been a year of podcasting.
Wait, I'm gonna catch one of your intros.
Let's get it on camera.
Yeah.
So
on the other camera.
I just want to introduce this dude. I've known him for a couple years now. Played basketball together a little bit. Like we have a lot of mutual friends, and he's always been a positive energy. Just around to be around, always good with advice. Has always been like somewhat of a brother to me in terms of like always showing like love and respect every time I go anywhere and I see him anywhere. And I've just been happy about all the success that he's been seeing lately, and he's been doing a lot of big things, especially like on his own with Shing's restaurant as well. So, and he's fouled me multiple times. So I have a lot of bruises from this guy too. So please introduce yourself to the people.
You guys already know it's Ranger, aka T.O. the Streetender. And thanks, guys. Like, thanks for putting me on the podcast itself. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm quite honored. Ralph, you already know you're the mayor itself, so got a lot of love for you. Got a lot of love for the crew itself too. So we're gonna get it going, and we're gonna have some fun for today.
I have a question before we get started.
Sounds good.
Totally not related to anything.
Mm-hmm.
How would you describe Rangers' game as a hooper? Is he more like a Juancho Hernan Gomez or Utah Watanabe or like more like a Jorge Garbajosa? Like,
Nah, don't do that to my guy.
As long as it's not Primo Pasta,
Don't do
aka
that to
Andrea
my guy.
Bargnani, then we good to go. We good to go.
Ranger's gonna. You can give him the ball in the high post. He can make the right passes. He's a high energy like rebounder. Like he's good at finishing. He's very athletic. He's just a good teammate, bro.
so he plays like someone who has dreads.
Yeah, exactly. He plays like every other dreaded nigga.
Some Kenneth Farid shit, yo. Some
Yeah,
Kenneth
yeah.
Farid
That's all I
shit.
needed to know.
But he's a good teammate. Like
Yeah.
every time, like he lifts people up when he's playing with him. So I appreciate that for sure.
Nah, the game has changed. Back in our day,
Yeah.
the dreads were Kenneth Farid and maybe Chris Bosh. You want to count him?
Yeah.
Now you got dreads like John Morant,
Yeah.
dribbling between his legs.
Yeah.
The dreads are evolving.
I saw a video a couple days ago. A man said, "I'm snitching. That boy not playing pure basketball. He be carrying it
Oh,
like
yeah,
this.
I see.
He be taking the steps like that. But
For
no,
sure.
that boy is fantastic.
No, I seen that one.
Yeah.
So you got a bunch of drinks for us. You're gonna make.
Yeah.
We got some names for the drinks.
Yeah.
Very interesting names, by the way.
Yeah, where we at? Where we starting with this? I want to know which drink we're starting with
All
first.
right, so the drink that we're starting with. Let me pull up the list here for the people.
I believe it's the first date. That's the one that we got.
We're gonna do the first date. We're
Yeah,
gonna
I
do the
got the
first
first
date.
date,
So
pop.
wait, before we even do that, can you just
Yeah.
describe like what you do, who you are?
Yeah. So just a little descriptive of me. What I do is I've been in hospitality for a while, for the last like maybe 7.5 years. First started off at Pure Spirits down in the Distillery District, and then kind of evolved into going into different restaurants, working at like Alcatrin, the Mexican restaurant over there. Jamie Oliver for a little bit. Used to work at Roy Woods. Big shout outs to Roy Woods when they had the dine-in back in the days. And then kind of just went like around the world a little bit. So it's been cool. It's been really fun for me to kind of do my bartending thing, and now I'm trying to like really make bartending a big thing in the urban community / just everywhere else in the world kind of thing. So yeah, we're gonna talk about drinks today, talk about hospitality a little bit, talk about fun stuff, and see what's popping.
Sounds good. So we're gonna continue the pod. We're gonna do the pod and everything like that. But Ranger's gonna be making these drinks, and we have special names for each of these
Yes,
drinks.
sir.
So me and Adriel were single guys. You feel me?
I hear
So
that.
you know what
Same,
comes
sir.
with being single? A lot of first dates,
Yes,
a lot
sir.
of meeting
Yes,
each
sir.
other.
Yes, sir.
What's a good drink that you're gonna mix for a first date?
Nice. So what I was thinking for the first date itself, you got to keep it real neutral where both parties can really enjoy themselves, right? So I think for today we're gonna be starting off with a little bit of a margarita. I was gonna do a mezcalarita for the smokiness itself, but we're gonna go really neutral. If you want to add that a little bit later on, then you're good to go on that front. So what we'll do is, when it comes to the margarita itself, got our tequila action. I ain't showing no labels.
Can you do the flip again?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. They call me Flippy McFlippington. You dig?
That flip just put fear into my heart.
Yeah, man. So we'll start off with some tequila. If you get some good tequila action, tequila is always going to be your base. That's going to be the party starter. Tequila is a great upper as well too. It's one of the best uppers when it comes to liquor itself. Also, too, I'll tell you the measurements too when you guys are kind of making this at home, if you want to make it at home. So you do a 1.5 of tequila. You also do a 0.5 of Cointreau. Cointreau is like orange liqueur, so you'll get a little bit of citrusy flavors towards it. Usually you'll use agave for this as well too, but we're gonna use some raw sugar just because sometimes agave is not too available to everybody. So we're gonna use some raw sugar, or you can even do simple syrup. Simple syrup is very easy. Do a 1-to-1 ratio of sugar and water. Boil that bad boy up, and you're good to go. We don't want to make this too sweet, so we're gonna go 0.75. Normally it goes 1-to-1, but
Are you guys writing this shit down?
yeah, y'all gotta write this down, boy. We're doing a masterclass today.
I feel like if I did any of this on a first date, my date would be so impressed.
Right?
Like the drink would just be enough.
No, but you have to put the numbers in too. You're like, hey, baby, you gotta put 0.75 milliliters.
The joke about this is I've had some first dates where like we go out and then we'll end up at the girl's house and she's like, oh, want a drink, and she'll make something. I never even watch what she's doing.
Yeah.
I walk away. I'm on my phone.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
The
yeah.
drink just shows up. I said, this could be something completely different.
So I got a question for you. When a girl makes a drink for you,
Mm-hmm.
right, and you have not seen how she made the drink or anything, if this drink's bad, are you telling her?
I probably will. I probably will.
Yeah.
The difference is I feel like this is some male privilege I gotta acknowledge, because if a woman were to not watch how a male makes a drink, that would be a sticky situation. But
Please, women, watch your drinks being made.
Ew.
and I feel like here's the thing. Sometimes whatever they're gonna make you, you might not be versed on what that is. It's like a drink you don't even know, you never heard of.
Yeah.
Or it's like a Negroni. Some people don't know what a good Negroni tastes like.
Yep.
So they're just like, okay, sure, it's alcohol.
Yeah.
I can tell that. So usually, if I can tell it's a bad version of the drink, I'll be like, nah, this don't taste right. What you doing?
Yeah.
So when I get a Negroni, I get it splagiato
Mm.
with a bit of
Yes,
Prosecco
sir.
in it.
Okay, my bad. My bad.
I've never seen
even-
Ralph sit like that before.
That's called my game's about to get up right now.
Damn.
You know what? Since y'all talking about Negronis and stuff like that, to be honest, a Negroni was my first love.
Mm.
But now, since I love dark liquor, a Boulevardier is my love now.
What?
So,
What is it? What is
the
that?
Boulevardier is the cousin of Negroni. Instead of gin, you replace it with bourbon. So you do bourbon,
Wow.
Campari, and sweet vermouth.
I
Comes
saw.
out so elegant.
Yeah.
So
Bourbon.
tasty.
What's in a Negroni? I saw one the other day
Yeah.
when I was out for dinner. I was like, "What the heck is this?"
Yeah, so a Negroni is a nice Italian style drink. It's like a kind of like an aperitif, right? So
Makes
you
sense.
kind of want to have it at first to kind of like settle your stomach a little bit while you're having your meal. So it's funny enough, Italians, them boys know how to drink and they know how to eat as well too. So they get that aperitif at the beginning, get a lot of food, pasta, all that good stuff. Get that coffee action, and then they go take that big shit, because that's the process. So it's like when it comes to the Negroni itself, it's quite nice because it's a little bit bitter. It's a bitter sweetness from the Campari because it has that grapefruit, and then you have the fortified wine action from your sweet vermouth. So you get a little bit of that wineness, but also when it comes to the gin lifts it, gives it that botanicals. So if you're getting a Negroni itself, that's a great way to start if you like a gin, stronger, stiff style cocktail because there's a lot of ABV in it. It's ABV forward. But if you do a little bit of bourbon instead of gin, and you like that darkness, you get sometimes that cinnamon, spice action, a little bit of herbal sometimes. So or herbal within the gin, but definitely more spice action within the bourbon. So
I like
quite
that.
nice.
I like that
Interesting,
sentence.
yeah.
If you like that darkness.
Yeah.
Personally,
Let's go.
I think the Negroni is one of my like first date actually drinks of choice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's strong, so we can just have one drink.
Yep.
We don't gotta feel that pressure of like I have alcohol taste in my mouth, but I'm not really feeling anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you feel enough for it's like if we want to drink, we can, but
Yep.
this can be just
Yeah.
good enough.
I always like saying, I love that we're on talking about Negronis and stuff because in my opinion, I find Negronis are the best gentleman sip. Like if you just want to be, like it can be.
All the gentlemen just
It's a great gentleman sip.
Taking notes, baby.
Because at the end of the day, it's like if you say, like if you're chilling with a girl and you just want to kind of sit down and indulge, you can kind of hold it in your hand. Even if it dilutes, it's fine because it's all alcohol. If you're with your boss or something, you can impress them, impress your coworkers, whatever, things of that nature, right? So it's like, even a splagiato, like you hear that and you have that in your hand, people be like, yo, what's that?
It's a conversation piece.
It's a conversation piece. So that's why I kind of like cocktails in that sense, because depending on what kind of classic you got, there's a story behind every drink. And as long as you know how to be sophisticated with it, you could do whatever with it. So it's like even the margarita itself is fun times, but then also too, a Negroni Boulevard, a Splogs, like an Americano, you have any of those, people will be like, okay, that person's versed. Or they probably seen it that one time.
Yeah. If you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I'm definitely a one-time guy. Like, I saw that, and then
You grabbed it after that. I think we got to move with some pace with our lineup.
For
So
sure.
let me shake this bad boy up. I forgot to tell everybody that I put 1 ounce of lime in this. So for the margarita itself, it's usually a nice balance of sweet, sour a little bit. But for most people in the city itself, I know everybody's kind of trying to watch their health, watch their diet a little bit. So we cut the sugar down a little bit. So if you do want to add 1-to-1, then you're definitely good to go. So I'm gonna shake this bad boy up.
Serious.
You gotta edit that out. Niggas be in their car just yo, what's going on?
Thinking it's good, Sean?
Right.
All right, so the next thing you had up, let's chat. Christmas party recap.
Well, I wanted to ask you because I didn't really have a Christmas party. I went to one Christmas party I told you about, but it's a company that I've actually never worked for.
Oh my God. You guys don't want to hear about my Christmas party, bro.
Yes, we do.
Literally, right? Last year we rented out a spot. You know what I'm saying? Executive director bought food for everybody, drinks for everybody on the house. He's no longer with the company. Guess what we get this year?
Pizza
3
party?
boxes of pizza.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. Wait, is it from the thing we talked about before?
Yes. 3 boxes of pizza.
Another one bites the dust.
1 bottle of Coke. No dipping sauce. They didn't buy 1 thing of dipping sauce, bro.
Was it Coca-Cola or PC?
No, it was Coca-Cola.
Pizza?
That's good.
It was Domino's.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, don't okay, bro. Don't okay.
No, it could be worse.
No, don't okay. I had a chicken Alfredo last year, bro.
I had it
I had it
Thank you,
booming
thank
last
you.
year.
Usually I put the garnish on, but we on our first date, so
I feel you.
that
I
one was
feel
the
you.
easy one.
All right.
All right, so this is the first date drink. We're trying this
Do you,
right here.
do you
live.
want to name this something other than the first date drink, or do you want to stay vanilla and call it the first date drink?
Let's stay vanilla because I'm still out here dating. And,
Yeah, you want to keep it
I
calm?
want to keep it
Hey,
calm.
ladies,
okay.
just letting you know what to drink on the first date.
I'm gonna share this with everyone
I like
because I don't like to hold the gems to myself. One, it tastes great, but you can use this toast. Toast that I use often. You can use it for just you on a date or multiple people. Safe sex and paychecks works every
Safe
time.
sex? Say that again?
Can you explain that?
Safe sex and paychecks.
Safe sex and
Oh, that's a
paychecks.
salute?
That's a toast.
Salute.
Safe sex
Safe sex
and paychecks.
and paychecks. Heard. Most def.
If you got problems with any of those things, I can't help you.
I hear that. Mine's is usually mine's just straight up for your health. Yeah.
Safe sex and paychecks are for your health.
No,
you
that
know?
was-
Yeah.
Fuck with
Go
it.
hand in hand. It
All goes together. Ralph, what do you got second on this list of drinks?
On the list of drinks, so we just did the first date.
Yeah.
What comes after the first date? The second date.
Oh.
You know, the second date might be another go out. It might be another chill. But eventually, we're going to get back to the crib. We're going to relax with each other. We're going to get some comfortable wear.
Mhm.
We're going to Netflix and chill. So, Ranger, we're going to need you to make a Netflix and chill drink.
Most
Something that I can watch a movie.
And not
And
a
then-
Spanish fly.
There you go.
Most
And
def.
then maybe chill after, quote unquote.
So I got you on this one. I got you on
But
this one. I
before-
gotta just go back to
Listen,
the back
before
door.
that, you were telling us about your Christmas party. And let's not
Oh,
go-
yeah.
Let's
yeah,
not get
good.
sidetracked. Let's not get
Yeah,
sidetracked.
for sure.
Yeah.
So 3 boxes
make
of
that
pizza.
drink. Go ahead with Christmas party.
Yeah. So 3 boxes of pizza, no dipping sauce, a bottle of Coca-Cola, and a red bottle of wine. That was it.
How many
And
people
it
are in
was-
your office?
10.
For 1 bottle of red wine?
1 bottle of red wine. Madness. So I felt disrespected.
Of course.
As you
And
should.
it was midday. So this was like a high school Christmas party vibe.
Basically.
I'm not good with that. I'm 29 years old,
All
brother.
right, students, clear your desks.
There you go. So I left early. Me and my other boy, we left early, and they made it seem like we left because we were bad people. No, I left because I was having a bad time. So that's pretty much what it was. Plus, it was World Cup going on, so I wasn't really, I wasn't really inclined to stay. I've been to some amazing Christmas parties before, like rented event rooms and open bar and this, that. But for me to just have a cheese slice,
Not gonna
very
cut it.
disrespectful.
Not gonna cut it.
Not gonna cut it at all. So I hope that you guys have good Christmas parties. You said you didn't get one?
Didn't get one.
Disrespect.
Is there gonna be a Joey's Christmas party? Because
I wish there would be.
Ooh.
I wish there would be.
because I was gonna
but
say
there's
when I
not.
was working at an Italian restaurant, which will
Yeah.
remain unnamed, those Christmas parties were jumping. So
I wish there was at Joey's because you know the vibe. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people that are around a certain age, everybody's attractive. It's like everybody has good energy. Like I would love it,
good energy.
but I will be good energy. This guy's gonna get me in trouble, bro.
But who? You're single now. Come on.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Single but dating.
Single allegedly.
Yo, you know what's crazy? Actually,
He's
now
allegedly single.
this guy, relax. Hey, yo, chill. Definitely single. Definitely single. You know what's crazy?
Mhm.
Now that I'm kind of doing the media thing consistently and I'm working in it, I'm doing these things, right? I have to take that as an additive for whenever I'm starting to date somebody, right? Somebody follows me on Instagram, it's not just the pictures anymore.
You might talk about them on the podcast.
I try my best not to talk about any situation that I'm in, any dates that I've been on or anything like that, anything specific. But if I'm like on, I don't know, Hinge or like if I meet somebody in person and then they follow me on IG, before it's just the pictures back in the day, right? It's like, okay, Ralph is this guy, he looks this way, this is his pictures, cool. Now it's, oh, what's this Mirror Media page? Let me scroll down here and see all the things that this nigga has said. So I have to keep that in mind while I'm dating now, right? That this is going to be an additive going forward in my life.
I'll say this, because obviously I've been dealing with that for a long time.
Yeah.
I think that it is more positive than you realize. I think that what I've realized is that sometimes they're just happy that they're even mentioned. You know, even if it's not my name, they're like, oh my God, I was worth mentioning.
Right.
You know, so it might be more positive than you realize, people just hearing that you're even thinking about them. I want to talk about this quickly because this is a little of a messy topic.
Yeah.
Gunna and Young Thug. We talked about it a bit. We talked about it a bit. Gunna's video, him saying yes, ma'am, all that. Where do you stand with it? Are you going to be boycotting Gunna? Where are you at?
I need all the details to come out first. It is a RICO case, so it is quite suspicious that somebody has been able to
go outside.
Exactly. Heal their family.
Yeah.
Especially just him so soon. So I need all the details. I do want to hear from Jeffrey first. That's Young Thug.
Yes.
So once I get those details, then I'll be able to either condemn or appreciate Gunna. So I don't know where I stand either or, but I cannot be a hypocrite. There's been a lot of rappers, and this is just what the music industry is. If you snitch, it's against code. It's breaking code.
Yeah.
It's breaking your brother's code, especially in the Black community, on top of music.
Yeah.
So I have to wait till I get the full details. If he did snitch and he did do XYZ and he did put people that he knows under the bus, I gotta kind of boycott him in a sense, bro.
For sure.
Yeah, I feel like we gotta wait to see what Thug says. If Thug is giving them some love, but here's the thing that I think: there's a lot of people are saying that Gunna's is not involved and he didn't really do anything, and he's just kind of not a pawn, but not really with the street life. Which I was like, that may be true, and that Thug probably just understood that he needed to go home. He wasn't built for it, and so maybe it is a part of it where he did snitch, quote unquote, but also the guys inside are somehow cool. I don't know how that doesn't really match for me, but I'm trying to shoot him some bail.
Yeah, from what I think I understand, because I try to not really pay attention too tough, but it's been bombarding my timeline a little bit. From what I understand, Gunna said that he wasn't involved, he didn't do nothing, but he pled guilty, which made no sense.
Because he's still part of YSL in a sense.
So he was part of all that whole stuff. So it's a slippery slope. It's confusing. Even to be honest, even if Jeffrey over there was like, yeah, I'm cool with it,
you wouldn't be cool with it.
I wouldn't be cool with it, because in due time, when it starts to settle in and it starts to set, like that, like whatever happens months down the road, somebody will feel a type of way. So it's a tough one.
What I really want is Gunna to speak out, which I don't think will happen, because I think that our relationship with snitching is unhealthy.
100%.
I think that there's a middle ground where it's like, again, how long they've already been in jail. Gunna's people could have already not been gone to see his family, all that kind of stuff. These might be already getting that treatment. And you think about, I'm gonna stay and hold this L for all these people who no one's gonna take care of my family, take care of this. Money can only do so much. So there is a middle ground where we have to be like, is he just looking out for himself because no one's holding him down?
It's funny that you're saying that, because I was just bumping what was it? 21 and Metro Boomin's mixtape that they made a while back. Yeah. And Morgan Freeman be on that shit now, narrating and stuff.
The snitching track.
So the man's over there, there's a difference between snitches and rats. And I was like, holy shit. And when I first heard that, I was like, he giving the analogy. I'm like, nah, I don't like the snitching
man
shit.
Man said a rat is below human.
Yeah, man said a rat is scum. Man said that's low to the earth, Man said he's not even telling to get information. He just telling to go tell. I was like, God
That
damn.
is.
No, that monologue's actually crazy.
I was like,
Crazy.
and then it jumps right into snitches and rats. I was like, my goodness.
And that track is crazy too.
And that
That
track
track
is
is
great.
crazy.
That track is booming like Metro. That track is wild. That track is
So
wild.
what drink are we
Yes.
making for the Netflix and
Yes.
chill?
So this one right here is actually an original from me itself. It's kind of a fun one because I had to actually. It's crazy that I say this, but I actually had to look up like what the definition of a real sneaky link was. I was like, okay, let me really like take that in. So
I wonder what that did to your algorithm.
no, well, listen, I got somebody else to Google it for me. So
okay, so you're straight.
they shit fucked up. It's like just pop-ups of like how to figure out how to sneak into people's houses and shit. But no, it was good. It was like it's something that's more like kind of secretive in a certain manner, right? So for me, with this drink that we have today, it's called the People's Champ. The People's Champ is a quite nice cocktail I created at the restaurant a little bit. What it is basically like a Henny lemonade.
You cannot have a sneaky link without Hennessy.
You know what I mean? Because Henny, if you're gonna do a sneaky link, you need that stamina.
His research, his research.
Or is that personal research or Google?
Yeah, personal. It's personal mixed with a little bit of market research. You know what I mean? So I did
It
my
wasn't
market-
Wikipedia.
Nah, it wasn't Wikipedia. It wasn't Wikipedia. I definitely
Henny,
had to do a
I've
lot
done
of
some
market
bad
research.
things with
Alright.
Henny, bro.
Yeah,
I
so
regret.
you guys already know Hennessy is like, that urban juice, that pick me up a little bit, especially when you're in the club. You feel a type of way when you're drinking the Hennessy.
Yeah, definitely spent a couple $100 on some fucking Hennessy.
For sure, you're right. So what we'll do for today is we're gonna actually create the lemonade from scratch. So what we do is usually I'll get like I'll get 2 slices of lemon wedge and I'll kind of put it in here to kind of muddle for all the oil and the rind to come out in the cocktail itself. But for today, we'll kind of just squeeze the bad boy in. So we'll squeeze some lemon juice in there.
ASMR.
Squeeze some lemon action in there.
That's someone's favorite part of the podcast.
Right.
They're gonna loop that and go to bed.
Comments are about to blow up just now. Get a little bit of lime action. You already know. Get some of that. Them sound effects. Wildin'. And then we'll get a little bit of sweetness in there. So we'll try to balance out our sweet and sour action. So if you're ever trying to measure this out, you could probably do like 1 ounce of lime, like 0.5 of some lemon action, and then probably do 7.5 or 1 ounce of simple syrup. Any type of sweetener that you kind of want to play with. And then this is where it gets real. You do 2 ounces. You do 2 ounces of Hennessy or cognac. You could do any cognac.
Cognac,
Yeah,
baby.
you could do cognac. So originally, my first build to this was actually with Douce, because Douce had like a lemonade style that they kind of had, but I wanted to remix it a little bit. And then cognac's everywhere I'm at. So cognac's super available. Or not cognac, sorry. Hennessy is super available. So I ended up just using the Hennessy mainly, and now I call it the People's Champ. There's actually a funny story to it. So the reason I call it the People's Champ, because once again, everybody in the neighborhood kind of loves something like this. So it's for the people kind of thing. But then at the same time, too, I created like different ones that allowed me to create different names for them. So not only do I have the People's Champ, but also when I add ginger beer to this, I call this the
blood clot champ.
No, I call this. Damn right. Well, I call this because the Bomba Clot Champ. Nah, but when I add ginger beer to this, I call this the Intercontinental Champion.
Jeez.
That's the Intercontinental. So we're gonna shake this bad boy up a little bit.
Yeah, you have a red cup for yourself?
Oh, probably over there.
Yeah, Chris needs to get some tasting on.
Yeah. I
Come
need
grab-
Chris drunk.
Yeah,
I need the
yeah,
cameras
yeah.
going all over the place, bro.
Come grab. I'm just sad I didn't bring more cups.
Spatial awareness, bro.
I should have asked the amount of people in the crib, yo.
Nah, you straight.
Yeah.
You just assumed it was just 2 niggas talking.
Yeah.
All right, so while Ranger's finishing that up, we got our top 5 albums of the year.
Mhm.
Nice.
Oh, yes.
All right, so I'm gonna go first. If you're ready for that.
Go ahead.
All right, cool. So we doing order or no order?
I didn't do an order for mine. I just did it kind of like 5 albums.
All right,
So we can just do no order.
that's cool. All right, so I got Her Loss,
Nice.
21 Savage and Drake.
Mm-hmm.
I did not think that this album would be in my rotation as much as it is because I wasn't really a big fan of Honestly Nevermind. But I also have to respect the fact that Drake and 21 constantly come out with hits together. So Her Loss. I also have Smino. You guys heard me chat about this on the last episode. Love for Rent. top album. Once I drink the Sneaky Link and I listen to Love for Rent, in 9 months you'll see a mini mare. So you feel that.
I said mini
We'll get him on the pod.
And then I have Herbert Absol, one of my favorite artists. Herbert just came out recently.
Yeah.
So shout outs to Absol. It's been a 6-year hiatus. We'll talk about the album probably on the next episode when we have a little more, time for the people. I got Pusha T. It's Almost Dry.
Yeah.
Big album. And then last but not least, you already know as a Kendrick fan, I got Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
Thank you.
That was an underrated one.
For sure. Honorable mention. Caught Me Off Guard. Kodak Black. Cutthroat Bill Volume 1. A lot of hits on that shit, bro. I recommend you guys listen to that.
I'm happy you mentioned I'm a huge Kodak fan. I feel like he doesn't get his
sir.
respect. So
Definitely doesn't.
I'm happy that you mentioned that. I feel like I could have guessed most of your top 5. There's knowing you.
I'm predictable.
I felt like her loss was probably a surprise for me in there.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. But I like your top 5. Listen, I think I have one of the 5 that you have and a different honorable mention.
Okay.
And that shows how kind of good rap is right now. Or even music is right now. Because
it's been an amazing year for music this year.
I'm showing you this is my list that I made before my top 10.
It's a long list if you guys can't see.
Yeah. This is me deciding who's going to be in my top 10. And all the albums you named are on that list. So
is that a list of your albums or the women that are in love with you currently?
Albums. That's a long list. That's a long list.
That's only the first page.
In no order, Brent Faiyaz, Wasteland.
You gonna read the whole list?
No.
Oh.
No, just a top 5. Top 5.
Cool.
Yo. Yeah, Brent Faiyaz, Wasteland.
Yeah.
Everyone knows I'm a huge Brent fan. I think it's probably gonna be one a lot of people's top 5 albums of the year. So Brent Faiyaz, Wasteland. Joey Badass, 2000. This might be my most listened to, not second most listened to rap album all the way through. Saba, A Few Good Things.
You've been talking about that album for a while. I still haven't listened to it. I'm going to this week.
I gave it a re-listen because I'm like, I've been hyping this forever. Like, you know what am I tripping?
Yeah.
Nah, it still stands. I actually saved a couple more tracks than before. So Saba, A Few Good Things. Smino, Love for Rent. The Smino Jid tour, that might be a show we got to go to.
Yeah, bro. I saw the tickets. I think it's in March. We should definitely check that out for sure.
Show we got to go to. Smino Jid. Hop on the pod. We got 2 seats for y'all.
Yeah.
Some Island Punch. Get your life right.
Jeez.
And then last but not least, this one kind of forgot about, but huge album. Vince Staples. Ramona Park Broke My Heart.
Okay, fuck with it.
I feel like that album definitely people didn't give enough respect to. And then my honorable mention, and it's only honorable mention because it just came out, is Lil Sim's No Thank You.
Still haven't listened to it.
I'm telling anyone who listen, if you like rap music, listen to Lil Sims. I think what she's doing right now is really going to change how women are viewed in hip hop because it's not that pussy talk. It's not the same beats as Amigos. It's not Glorilla trying to run down on you. Like, it really is more in that like Kendrick, J. Cole, Smino space.
Yeah.
But she's probably rapping on the same level as all of them. So yeah.
Okay.
Lil Sims, No Thank You.
All right, I'm gonna check out your list for sure. Like I got 2 weeks off vacation. I'm gonna get caught up on the albums that I haven't had a chance to listen to. Chris, is there a album that stands out to you this year that you would put at your number 1?
One album? Oh,
yeah.
No, I can't. I honestly, I don't know.
That's broke his brain.
Hey, shit really fucked me
While
up.
Chris thinks about it, let's take this drink so we can move forward.
Yes. So you guys already know.
Safe sex and paychecks.
Save sex and paychecks.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, I like that.
That's nice.
I'll definitely be up to something if I drink this.
What?
I gotta stay away from that because I could just
That's dangerous.
Shoot those down all day.
Yeah.
And the thing too is it's in that lemonade form action, so it's like you get that little bit of sour, you get that little bit of sweet, but you taste the cognac.
Yeah,
that's what it is in there.
You really get that kind of citrus backing to it. It's like that little bite in the back of the tongue.
Yeah, it's quite nice. It's an elegant, sneaky drink. Like you trying to go have some fun.
Chris a goddamn connoisseur.
Yeah,
The nose on this was just remarkable.
Yeah,
Don't get
the esters that allow it to just combine and create these
when
flavors.
you hear someone give a drink body parts it doesn't have. That's when you know.
That's funny.
That's when you know.
Oh man, Chris. So is there something that stands out, or you?
Yo, I don't know if I'm gonna name a top one, but I'll name a couple quick standout albums I really fucked with this year. Oh Really by Doughboy.
Yeah.
Bunch of tracks off that were in my playlist. Face by Babyface Ray. Only Built for Diamond Links by Peasy out of Detroit. If you're not listening to Peasy, you really should be. He's probably one of my number one artists this year. Yeah, I mean the Smino album was sick.
Yeah.
Been playing that out. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't even want to say it. I'm not even gonna say it. I was gonna say an album I was a little disappointed to, but it was still decent. I'm not even gonna say it.
Say it.
No, I can't.
Nah.
I would never disrespect the legend. So I can't. I'm not gonna tell you.
now we
now
gotta
you gotta
know.
say it.
Now we gotta know.
Talk that talk.
no,
Talk that
Patreon.
talk.
No.
Yeah, who dribbled out of bounds? Tell us.
No, it was good. It was just like I think I had
Was it
too much.
Nas?
No, I'm not gonna tell you who it was.
Was
But
it
I had
Nas?
too much hype. You know when an album like you're just like super hyped on it coming out, and then like maybe you build it up too much.
Don't say Kendrick.
Nas?
Not Kendrick.
So it's Nas.
Nas.
No, it's not Nas.
Drake?
Not Drake.
Tell who it is. Who is it?
wanna
A
guess
legend?
too.
I don't know. It's like no one.
What legends dropped this year?
It's
Eminem?
probably a legend to me. Not Draco the Ruler. His so his.
I thought you said you liked the project, no?
I did no. I liked it at first, but then like it just didn't sit as long with me. And I was like,
Oh my god.
and I'm still bumping all like I'm just bumping his old tapes.
Damn.
R.I.P.
And
Draco.
yeah, exactly. That's why I didn't really want to mention it.
I
'cause
feel
I'm
you, though. I
I think that fits
Young
right into,
King.
into our next question because I wanted to find out, is there an artist from this year that impressed you other than Glorilla, of course, you know,
Yeah, big Glo.
unofficial Glorilla podcast. But is there an artist who like either you knew about them already and they dropped something crazy this year,
Yeah.
or you just basically were sleeping on them and now you're like a fan?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm going with Smino. I wasn't big on
Wow,
Smino.
that's what's up.
I don't know. I wasn't like familiar with his projects before.
Mhm.
Love for Rent, but listening to that, I became a huge fan.
Mm.
And he gave me that feeling that I got when I started listening to like the TDE artists when I was younger.
Mhm.
And it takes
Yeah.
a while for me to like find like that passion and that love for a craft.
Yeah.
And I got that when I started listening to like Q, Soul, Rock,
Yep.
Kendrick, etc.
Yep.
When I heard that album, I'm like, yo, this guy is like, he's speaking to me differently.
Mhm.
So, Smino.
Yeah, Chris, you got one?
Yeah, honestly, Doughboy, man. Wasn't really listening to him a lot, and then that Oh Really album dropped, and like I think I put like 6 songs in my like playlist, like of like regular like heat. Yeah, probably Doughboy.
Yeah, Saba's the one for me. Saba, I knew some of his features, like, you know, he has some songs with Chance, some
Yeah.
song like that, but I never actually listened to a full Saba project like that. And he can rap.
Yeah.
Like he can, and he's not making like straight rap music all the time. Like there's some songs where his rapping is kind of the backdrop to the production, which is pretty cool. So yeah, Saba is the one for me.
Nice.
Okay, that's what's up. All right, so
Yeah. So
What we
let's
got
get it
next?
popping. Yeah. So what we got next? We got ourselves the Netflix and chill drink. So Netflix and chill drink. I thought about it, and to be honest, sangria. Sangria is quite easy, quite nice.
Sangria is my
Yeah.
go-to on a first
sangria is a
date.
jam. I thought about it in this sense too, because you know, if you're chilling, you're trying to get that connection with that person itself. Cut up some fruit with them, chalk it up a little bit. You got variety, right? So you got that red wine, you got that white wine, you got that rosé style. And funny enough, if it's Netflix and chill, you're pretty chill. So whatever she drinking, you drinking basically. So
facts.
kind of easy, right? So I'll give you guys a recipe of what we're gonna be doing. So you know, a sangria without some fruit, you know? So we're gonna get some fruit action a little bit. Hit the blueberries, pop that in there real quick. And you can build a sangria however you kind of want. It's kind of like more of like a jungle juice style, but essentially there is a recipe to it. So if you do want to follow along to the recipe, and you can build everything in the glass itself. So you don't even have to shake it. You don't have to do nothing. It's all chill, all relaxed.
So real quick, I before the podcast, Ranger asked if I could cop a couple things for the drinks and stuff, right? So I'm in the grocery store, and my basket looks wild. You can't tell what I'm about to make. So if you were to assume, you just see orange juice, blueberries, a lemon, a lime. It was just random stuff. So yeah, definitely not my regular grocery list.
Don't kill me. They think you're having a party.
Right? Sometimes even when I go to the grocery shop, or if I go to like some places sometimes and I go buy like 7 cases of pop, they'll be like, yo, what are you doing with them? I'm like, yeah, just bring it back to the restaurant. Just gotta go do some stuff. They're like, yo, you have so much random stuff. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Like, I like soda.
Yeah, I gotta do it. I gotta do what I gotta do.
Yeah.
So yes. So how we're gonna build this drink? So what you want to do is to make it really nice. You want to add Cointreau, which would be our triple sec itself, and then you also want to do a little bit of brandy as well too. Brandy is actually a game changer when it comes to making a sangria itself. But you can also use cognac. So we had the Hennessy in here, so I'm just gonna use the cognac action a little bit. We're gonna fill that bad boy up just halfway. It's almost kind of like an art form a little bit. You kind of want to build the bad boy. So I cut up some lemons. You can put a lot of different fruits. So like lemons, limes, depending on how you want to build this drink, depending on what kind of fruits. I know I just put a big ass orange in there, but that's okay. We'll do that up a little bit. Also, you want to get your you want to get some red wine.
Can you do that again,
wine,
real quick? The flip.
Right. Double flip.
People like the flip.
I just do 2 of them at the same time.
Bomba class.
You don't have a magician in our midst.
Oh, it's like
Sorcerer Supreme over here.
Can you make any balloon animals next?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
Yeah, this guy said balloon animal.
Blow that one time.
I feel like of all the drinks you've made so far, this is the one that will impress a woman the most.
100%.
Just because there is colors in it.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, 100%.
It looks nice.
They sound like children.
It's very
Ooh.
It's a very easygoing style drink, to be honest. It's very chill.
Green.
Yeah.
Orange.
What I usually recommend too.
Yo, you're fucked up, bro.
Oh, purple.
Yo.
Yo, I don't want to know what girls you're bringing home, bitch.
I'm screaming. Listen.
Yo, you should have listened to your mom and talked to that church girl she was trying to set you up.
Oh, yeah. That's what we call a callback.
Hey,
In
we're
the
potting,
industry.
baby.
Listen, I think it fits because when he said if you love the darkness,
Yep.
you know, you eat with your eyes. Let's not
Yeah.
forget that.
Facts.
You eat with your eyes,
Facts.
even when it comes to women. So, I think the same thing applies when it comes to drinks.
Yo, that's a good point.
Come on.
Yeah. That's very true. To be honest, even a lot of the times when I like to make my drinks, I always try to do different sensories. Like I let you come and smell the aroma. When you look at it, it looks appealing. You create the environment, things of that nature. Then when you taste it, it paints the picture. So
A real finesse right there.
yeah, definitely when it comes to drinks, it's all about eyes, nose, and definitely the mouthfeel.
Cheese.
So what I'm doing here is right. So what I'm doing here,
It's a very
I'm just piling up all these drinks right quick.
yeah.
Listen.
This is a drink champs.
Yeah,
This
we're
is
doing drink champs
sophisticated
today,
drink
yo.
champs.
Hopping at noon on a Tuesday.
Right? Yeah.
No, the audience, yo. This is Friday night, bro.
Yeah.
What?
We're recording this as you're
man.
listening.
New Year's Eve. This is New Year's Eve.
Our New Year's thing.
Oh,
Our
Lee,
New
bro.
Year's thing.
Oh,
Alright.
so by the way, I was talking to Adriel, right? Because I've been doing a lot of dating recently, right, Chris? So Adriel said, I started explaining to him like what I've been doing, like when I go out and stuff like that, like the type of dates I've been going on. Like I've been going on dinner dates, been going on a lot of like bowling, like whatever, right? Adriel called me a quarter,
Oh.
not 25 cents.
Yo.
Quarter.
Like I court too much.
He
You feel me?
courts.
Like I court too much. So I gotta calm down a little bit on the courting a little bit and just kind of like be a little more smooth and sensual with the vibes. But yeah, it's been a lot of I'm taking you out to dinner. I'm doing this, doing that. We can get there,
Yeah.
but let's get there a little. Take some
Later.
time, you know.
Create a process through this.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm a quarter.
Yeah, you gotta hold some tryouts, man. They don't say you play on a team.
Yeah, man.
You gotta run some suicides first.
Yeah, well,
Like,
Right? Gotta run that beep test a little bit.
yeah, that's the truth. That's
Fact.
the truth.
So speaking of running, speaking of quarters, 4 quarters coming up basketball game. Segway King. Who are your first time NBA All Stars this year?
I think that we're gonna definitely have Tyrese Halliburton from
Yes,
Indiana.
sir.
I feel like that's an automatic.
Yes, sir.
He's put up some Chris Paul like numbers
Man's leading
And-
the league in assists.
and scoring more than Chris Paul did at that age. So, and also I think this is his 3rd season. Am I correct? 3rd season. That was when Chris Paul made his first
Yes.
All-Star game.
Yes.
So if you
Yeah.
do the parallels there, he's coming up. Jalen Brunson. The Knicks are competent, and that's the main difference between this year and last year.
Yeah,
I like, no offense, Julius Randle, but I thought Julius Randle was a fraud. I feel like
Yeah.
if you're talking about no offense, but you're a fraud. But if you're talking about forwards in the East, I feel like coming up, the young forwards in this era, at least the past few years, have been Jason Tatum, Pascal, and then Julius Randle put his name in the mix. I feel like that's kind of the order they should be in. And I feel like Julius Randle is way below, you know? So Jalen Brunson coming in, helping out is huge.
Well, you know what it is too? I think it's the fact of like, with Randle itself, Randle was so unstoppable going with that left that he never game planned for anything else really. So it's like now everybody else game planned for that. And then he's starting to get jammed up. So it's like his stock value like really dropped in a certain sense. So it's like now you get that other lefty to kind of facilitate for you and free you up a little bit. So
and definitely takes the ease off.
That's why I think he's better. If you think about him on New Orleans and even him on the Lakers, he was a support player. He wasn't the one in the middle running the whole offense, you know? But he still did put up numbers, averaging 17, 18.
I think it was a storyline for the Knicks too, because the Knicks were even worse before he got there. Then they made the playoffs. And
they
haven't made the playoffs since the Melo era, the Knicks tape era.
And if you look at his numbers from the year before, it was like 17 or 11. Like it wasn't bad numbers.
I agree.
He was putting up good numbers.
So it's like he's a better support player than a main player.
Okay, so Brunson.
And then Shea.
Shea's a monster right now.
She's killing it. Shout out to the Canadian players.
In points right now. Like with
he's
like
up
33,
there for
I
sure.
think.
Shea is this is not one of us.
Yeah,
he's not one of us.
Having none of that this year. He said, "Yeah, you guys want to get that Watanabe kid, or not Watanabe? Sorry, that's the next. That's the next you.
Wembenyama.
Yeah, there we go. My bad.
Close.
Yeah,
Close.
But that boy, like, there's something about There's something about Josh Giddey and Shea that's just a unique style of guards because they're guards like. They're small forwards masquerading as guards. That's also masquerading as facilitators that can actually have some real strong peripheral and have unique styles in how they actually create and get to the hole.
Both have length, both have size.
And I think too, as when you're a younger player at the point guard position playing with older players, you got to have a certain energy to do that. You know, it's like Darren Fox leading a younger team now, or Darius Garland leading a younger team,
or even like Rondo back in the days.
You know, but exactly, if you're a young player leading an older team, you got to be a certain type of dude to do that. So I think those two guys are like that. Who do you have as your first-time All-Stars?
So I was really surprised this year. At the beginning of Utah's season, they've been playing really well, but it's not just the beginning of the season. Like it's been a few months now, and they've still been playing above 500 basketball, which has been a surprise to me. So I gotta give a big shout outs to Lauri Markkanen. I think he's gonna be a first-time All-Star this year.
He might even be most improved a little bit.
He might get MIP.
I'd say probably.
Because his year in Cleveland last year wasn't that great statistically.
His numbers jumped. I think like 8 points. And he's averaging like a double-double, like a monster.
Yeah, him and
that combo.
Him and Shea are the two.
And then after that, I do have a Miami Heat player, Tyler Hero. I think he's been playing really good.
I don't think he makes it, but
he might not make it because the East is stacked with guards, and I would take Tyrese over him, to be honest. But yeah, I just want to give him a shout out because I know he just had that big 10-3 game.
And the 9 threes after that.
9 threes after that. He's been really consistent. They've been starting him lately, which has been a surprise. But like, yeah, I think a big issue with him was defensively, and he's kind of shored that up in the Heat offense as well. So
we've never talked about Tyler Hero. What do you think about him? We've never actually talked about Tyler Hero. What do you think he can become? What kind of player? Because I was high on him coming out of college. When he was in college, I was big time Tyler Hero fan.
I think he could be a dude that just gives you buckets, bro. Like any given night, he could give you 25, and like he's a heat check guy.
Would you maybe say weirdly enough? This just popped in my head. Like weirdly enough, at his very high potential, he could be some type of like Bradley Beal kind of style a little bit. You know,
in terms of how they score, yes.
You know what? That's a good comp. That's a good comp.
In terms of how they score, I can definitely see that.
They can score in any area. 3, jump shot, layup, reverse, do this, dunk, do this, anything. Yeah. They're not afraid of the moment. Like
that's a good because I think Bradley Beal at his peak was not supposed to be a number one player. Yeah. Kind of like Paul George now. Like if Paul George on his own team, he's better than a lot of these guys who are number one players. You know?
He was a monster in Indiana, you know.
So I feel like Tyler Hero could put up number one player numbers at his peak, but he probably shouldn't be your number one player.
Yes, 100%. For sure. 100%.
And then my last guy, I think he should have been an all-star earlier, but it's a detriment to the environment that he's in, the team that he's on. But they've been growing. They've been playing really well this year. I'm gonna give it to De'Aaron Fox.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's always been a top 5, top 7 point guard in the NBA. He's always put up good numbers, but like it's the fucking Kings, bro. So you know what I mean? So now that the Kings finally have a winning record, let's give him this all-star that he deserves. It's like Drew Holiday when he was on the bad Philly teams.
Yeah.
When Philly finally had a little winning record,
Give it to him.
they're like, all right, yeah, finally we can give it to him. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I
he
think about
deserves
it,
it.
when it comes to being a guard making an all-star team, it's tough. Like I think about all the times Dame hasn't made it. Like Dame's gonna end his career with like less all-stars than someone like Westbrook or from the same era.
And you're talking to a Portland Trailblazing fan, so I trust me.
I feel it for you.
Yeah,
bro.
you know. And I think too, like I always talk about this when we talk about ball with my friends and my brothers. Like, how many all-stars do you think some of these players have? Because as a guard is hard, and sometimes as a guard you're prime and short. Like Darren Williams only has 3 all-star appearances. Kyle Lowry has 6. I think in the prime you would have thought Darren Williams prime much better than Kyle Lowry prime. You know,
but that's also too. I think that's also too like the way that once again like the team that you're on conference, how like the year is going along too. It's like you know, like
and the narrative too. Like
exactly,
I think about when Darren went to Brooklyn, he was still hooping in Brooklyn. Everyone just kind of forgot that he was a star. You know, De'Aaron Fox has put up numbers in some of these past years that are better than some people who have made the All-Star team.
100%.
So it's a narrative too. So I think that's all a big part of it.
I have a quick hot topic question. Who would you have kept, Halliburton or Fox?
I feel like I could get more. Well, they got Sabonis.
Yeah, they have Sabonis.
I keep the team. I keep it. Yeah, with Fox.
Keep Fox?
Yeah, I'd keep Fox.
I think they did the right thing.
Yeah.
Because
I think so too.
I think Sabonis gets hated on so much for no reason, but he's such a rare type of big man that you need like a good passer, can actually move someone on offense. And then as well, like how many centers you know now, if they get a mismatch, you know it's a bucket. Think about Rudy Gobert getting a mismatch and it's like you can't throw it to him, it's pointless.
And he can't do nothing with
you know,
it.
Sabonis is of that like Jonas Valanciunas, DeMarcus Cousins ilk of like
I love me some Sabonis by bias because his dad used to play for Portland. Of
course.
So when his dad played for Portland, and I'm watching this boy just hit it with the I'm like, this man is sick. So Sabonis
I love it when the father-son combo are both top level.
I
love that shit, bro.
That's new though, because I think like at least when we were growing up, a lot of the dudes in the league that we knew who their dads played, we barely knew who their dad. We only knew who their dads were because they played. You know, even Wiggins, Kobe, people like that. It's like
Kobe, Tim Hardaway.
But we're getting distracted. We have these sangrias right here.
Yes. So we got the sangrias popping. So how I built the sangria, just in case if we forgot. So I did a 0.5 brandy, 0.5 Cointreau. I did 3 ounces of of wine. Jesus, acting like I drank this already. A little bit of wine action, and then also topped it with some bubbly. So usually when you have some bubbly, you want to do. They say you want to do some lemon lime bubbly, like some lemon lime soda, but you can also do some ginger ale as well. Or if you don't even want no bubbly, you can just drink it straight up like that and you're good to go. So this is definitely one of those drinks that's like easy going Netflix and chill. You can sip it, you can refill it, you could do whatever. But if you have at least 2 glasses, and we know how Netflix and chill goes sometimes. So
please tell me. I don't know.
No, I don't know either. I Netflix and chill with my cat. I'm just chilling over there and be like, yo, you see, this is anime. This is anime. You're watching anime.
I would say this is one thing I've been adding to is like using the phrase Netflix and chill. We do Netflix and chill sometimes. Like everyone does it, but you might not actually use the phrase. You're not gonna hit up the person and say, what are you saying Thursday? Want Netflix and chill? So I'm actually trying to bring the phrase back, but substitute the Netflix for other things. Let's Disney Plus and chill. Let's Amazon and chill. Let's Criminal Minds and chill. Let's
Criminal Minds and chill is nuts.
So it's like bringing the actual phrase back because you don't say the phrase to the person Netflix and chilling with. You wouldn't say it to them, but I'm trying to bring it back. Saying it to them, but we're substituting whatever it is, you know? Let's Survivor and chill. Let's let's Big Brother and chill. Whatever people are doing.
I feel that.
I'm definitely anime and chill vibes, yo. I need that girl to know.
Safe sex and paychecks.
You already know.
That's not getting old, man.
I gotta get one more glass.
I like this. This is fresh.
Right? Nice and easy.
It has a light kickback. The flavor is really popping.
Trying to get your Chris on?
Yeah.
Yo.
Chris said that. I was like, God damn. This
Yeah,
man is versatile.
He did the hand movements too that make it.
You know,
He just has this little.
You throw a little hand action in there. You're good.
I'm telling you, you could just say whatever you want. If you put your hand at the right time, it's like you just flip the whole script.
Yeah. You could
It's
like
like-
2 + 2 = 6.
You know,
-4, 3 quick muffs.
it's like, listen, LeBron is way better than Kobe.
But God damn, that hand flick was properly
Oh
timed.
my
What can I
goodness.
say, man?
I
Nice
think you should go
dance.
first for our next segment.
Oh yeah,
because
for sure.
I don't think I've even seen enough movies for this category.
Yeah, I would say you're the music guy more so. I'm more the movie guy for sure. In the meantime, Stacks Edwards, if you could think of like a movie or two that really stood out to you this year, but we'll start it off here.
Does it have to be a new movie? Like a new movie that came out?
It has to be a movie that came out this year, dog.
I don't even
You're not a movie
I
guy.
I'll guess.
The movie
I used to be, but like now I'm like,
Oh man,
bro, I'm working 7 days a week.
Gee, yo,
Facts.
put the money thing on.
Jeez. Ching, ching.
Jeez.
Right.
All right, so top 5 movies of the year. Ranger, you can think of 1 or 2 when you're ready.
Oh, I
but-
definitely know some.
There
Oh,
you
yeah,
go.
oh, yeah.
All right, so I actually have this one in order.
Mm.
I'm a big movie guy. I wish that I watched more movies this year. I think that was a detriment to my last relationship. We weren't on the same page in terms of the genres of movies that we liked. And I'm not big on going to the movies by myself.
Okay.
Something that may change in my single times now.
Yeah.
But these are the movies that I ended up having to watch with like friends or with whosoever. So number 1 stood out to me. One of the best movies that I've ever watched, period, in terms of the writing, the pace, the style, the acting, everything, everywhere, all at once. If you guys have not watched that movie, please go and watch it. It is a better multiverse movie than Doctor Strange.
Easy.
Like,
Spoiler, this is my number 1 as well. So this is,
yeah.
yeah, this is it.
What's her name again? Michelle.
Michelle Yeoh.
She is great. Yo, you know what? I remember watching that lady for the first time ever when I was a young lad.
Was it Crouching Tiger?
Of course.
Yeah.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon was the shit. That was the first time I ever knew that ninjas can fly, fam. I was like, yo, that's crazy. Them boys just going through the forest. Like,
Yo, that was nuts.
that was nuts when I was a kid. Like,
For sure,
that was
for sure.
Bananas.
But yeah, shout outs to that film. Everything that everywhere all at once. Number 2, Tom Cruise's highest grossing movie, which is crazy.
Mhm.
He's at like the kind of last part of his career,
Getting his
I would
buzz
say.
on.
And now he's getting like the billions coming in terms of
Yeah.
in terms of profit. Top Gun Maverick.
Mhm.
Big movie. I do recommend. It's not in theaters anymore, but if you do watch it, you have to watch it in 4K. Don't put it on a cheap ass TV. Watch that shit high level. Make sure you have the sound bar ready to go.
Nice.
Top Gun Maverick. Number 3, the best superhero movie of the year,
Jeez.
The Batman.
Jeez.
I was in love with this movie when it first dropped. I feel like Adriel came around on this movie a little bit. He was shitting on it. I think
I was shitting on it big time.
episode 14. You can go back and check the notes.
Fuck that nigga Batman.
Check the receipts.
But yeah, The Batman is a top level movie. Robert Pattinson did his thing. Matt Reeves, top level director for sure. Next, I had a movie set in Africa with a female lead,
Mm.
and it's not Wakanda Forever.
Mhm.
The Woman King.
Yes.
Woman King is a top level movie.
Yes.
Really big Viola Davis fan. There was a lot of other, John Boyega as well. A lot of other actors and actresses in there, but it was a really good movie. And then last, Black director, one of my favorite directors out there, Jordan Peele, dropped Nope, the 3rd movie in his pantheon of films. Nope was really good. Big Kaluuya fan. Stephen Ewan from Walking Dead. And Keke Palmer caught me off guard, bro.
Facts.
I wasn't
Did her
really a
thing.
Keke Palmer fan in the past, yo. I always found her a little bit too excessive.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But
nice.
she did a really good job in that film, and shout outs to her for sure. And she has a baby on the way, so
Congrats to her.
yeah. So those are my 5. Oh, honorable mention. The other African movie with a female lead, Wakanda Forever.
There it is.
Yeah,
Oh.
second best superhero movie this year.
There it is.
We actually had the same top 3, but I think I want to change Nope and put Nope as my 3rd spot instead of the Batman.
Mm.
The Batman has been my favorite superhero for a long time. I've always been a Batman fan.
Heard.
And I kind of had problems with this movie because it felt like he was more a detective than a superhero, you know? But after I kind of sat back, got that out of my head, I was like, even as a detective, he did a good job.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? If that's what he was, he still did a good job.
Fair.
Nope. I think Nope is super underrated. I feel like Nope is gonna be. I think Nope's gonna be the movie. From at least the first three that will live the longest. More than Get Out. Because Get Out, I don't think has much rewatch value. I feel like us watching it and how we felt in that moment. I don't know how many of us want to go back to rewatching that.
Some people go back just to see the things that they missed.
For sure.
That's true. Yeah. But I don't think it's gonna have the same. Nope is like I could rewatch Nope today, right now. You know?
Okay.
And so I think Nope is gonna have that like kind of TV movie type of vibe. Like you could definitely Netflix and chill to Nope.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Nope is that. And then my fifth spot was Black Panther. I didn't love it. I had, some issues with that movie. But I thought that movie was still a good movie, I would say. I think that because the first one did such a good job of like carrying our message where we wanted it to be, and the themes of the movie were aligned with what we looked for.
Yeah.
That's in any movie, in any genre, any race, that's hard to do. There's people who have a problem with Goodfellas and how it portrays those. You know what I'm saying? So no matter how you have it, there's going to be some problems. I think the first one basically was a perfect movie in that sense, which almost never happens. So this one's a bit of a letdown. But even as a letdown, still a really good movie. Honorable mention, I had Spider-Man No Way Home, just because I know everyone loves that at the time. I still haven't seen the movie, but...
Wait, what?
No, but...
you're wild.
I had to give it a shout because that's one of the most loved movies of the year. Like, people talking about that movie, whatever, like, we forgot about it now.
A movie you didn't watch is in your top 5.
Honorable mention, not in the 5.
Honorable.
A movie you didn't watch is 6th.
It's just a mention.
Okay.
The list over here, the movie's over here.
He read the fine print.
Semantics.
This motherfucker's good.
I just wanted to give it a mention because people love that movie when it came out. It was a whole ordeal. We've basically not mentioned it at all. We've mentioned Doctor Strange, Wakanda Forever, Top Gun, the Batman. So I thought we should give it a mention.
Yeah.
Before Chris gets to his movie, I think we should get started on more drinks.
Yes, for most definitely. So the next drink that we're going to be having is going to be a really easygoing style drink. It's just going to be an easy Christmas drink. So what we're going to be doing for today is we're going to be actually just be doing either a whiskey or a vodka and hot chocolate. That is all.
Wow.
That is all. Usually I have the hot chocolate kind of ready. I'd pour it up a little bit to kind of do it up, but I'm going to
go to Tim Hortons quick.
Right? We can get, then give me a, give me a motherfucking, so, with that being said, we'll still have like the hot chocolate in here itself. I did add a little bit of water just to kind of give it that texture, that consistency. Right now, since we kind of already played with a lot of these other liquors itself, I'm going to use vodka because vodka is a little bit more clear, a little bit more easy, a little bit more malleable. And I'm going to give this a little bit of a light shake. Normally, I wouldn't shake this, but once again, I don't have it hot, so luckily I can shake it. If you guys ever have hot liquid or bubbling liquid in your tin, do not pick up your tin, put it down because you should not shake it. It'll blow up in your face. So don't do that. That is a fun fact.
Listen, I would definitely be doing that.
Right?
Listen, I would not think twice.
Right.
Pick it up, flip it, reverse it.
Right. If you're flicker, right. So I'll be having this one because the dogs, them been having cocktails all day. So I'll have this lovely hot chocolate.
That looks smooth.
A little bit of mushroom, a little bit of
marshmallows.
Marshmallow. I said mushroom. My goodness.
That's a whole different drink.
That's a whole different topic.
I like this idea of the hot chocolate with the alcohol in it.
Yeah.
Because this is like a drink you have to sip, Yes. I think there is a group of people who I don't resonate with them, but they don't like sipping drinks. They want to,
knock it back.
Yeah.
All at once, chug, shot, whatever.
Yeah.
Hot chocolate is like you have to sip it. You have no choice. So I like it for that reason. Dax Edwards.
Do I like hot chocolate?
No, you're.
Do you?
It's all right.
I'm going to judge you right now. You like hot chocolate?
The way the man Ralph said, "Do you?" You gonna hear that in his sleep.
Yo,
not your movies.
My movie, man. Like I said, I can't. I was trying to remember what movies I watched this year because it's like very limited. Like, likely I probably am just like rewatching like a documentary or something. But the one that I could find on my phone that I do remember watching kind of recently that I think was like pretty good. I might have fell asleep.
Could have maybe.
You know what? But
I saw half
anyway,
of it.
The listeners should watch it anyway, right?
Yeah.
Where the crawdads sing. You see that?
Where the who?
Exactly. Where the crawdads sing. That's the last movie.
Where?
Dude, I don't know.
What is a crawdad?
I wish Chris was on
You
camera.
say
so
you
he
watched
could
it on
put
your
that.
phone?
No, I watched it with my we were like, it was so I watched it with my wife sometime.
Oh,
Most of the movies I watch these days are like I'm working and like she has a movie on.
It's
I'm
on in the
like,
background.
I come sit down in the living room
Yeah.
from my like little basement editing studio room.
Yeah.
And I pop up for a bit and then, watch it, maybe fall asleep, maybe stay awake if it's good.
Mm.
And then maybe creep back down.
That movie sounds like some good background noise.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
real
I
good
mean,
background noise.
it's cool. Like some girl was like kind of sad. She was like stuck in the woods, I think. Her dad was kind of a piece of shit. And then she was like living in the woods and like grew up in the woods or something like
okay.
that. And there's some murder happened, but
Sounds
Yeah.
like a Scarborough story.
I gotta watch more movies.
Yo,
Okay.
Chris's preface to that film, I cannot forget.
He doesn't even know the name.
The man said, I kind of seen it, maybe you don't know the name, fell asleep.
That was a forest, somebody died. and-
Oh, man. It was either that or it was gonna be the little baby on
I knew you were going to say that.
the little baby documentary.
Yo, that's pretty funny.
Having that in your top 5 movies is nuts.
Bro.
Yo, that's funny. I thought I hadn't seen enough movies, but you made me feel good about the movies that I see.
Trust me, man.
No, because you're right. Like, going to movies by yourself is a whole different vibe.
Yeah.
It's underrated, but a whole different vibe.
Yeah.
So it's like, sometimes you might not see certain movies because you know how to want to go with. So
Yeah.
So you guys really like going to the movies?
I do like going to movies, yeah.
I enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Like
God.
what is
Yeah.
it? What is it so much that you guys enjoy about the? Like for me, I'm like, you gotta pick a time, you gotta get a ticket, you gotta pull
But for
up.
me, I
you
enjoy
gotta stick to a
the
schedule.
entire cinematic experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah,
Yeah.
Hey, take notes, yo. Cinematic feeling,
No, but I
you
do
know?
like going to the movies. I actually had a question for you guys. I asked a few people about this too. Two-part question. Do you guys enjoy going to the movies? Would you go to the movies by yourself?
no.
I would, yeah.
You would?
I won't lie to you. 90% of the time, I go to the movies by myself.
So you guys don't feel awkward about it in any
Yes.
way, shape, or form?
I don't.
All right.
Nope.
So
Yes.
me now being freshly single,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to watch movies, but I don't want to go through the whole process of finding someone to go watch a movie with sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'd rather just, there's a movie theater down the street from my place. I'd rather just go on a Tuesday
Yo.
and just go watch a movie
Let
by
me
myself.
let me
But I don't want to run into somebody.
Mm.
let me tell you something from experience. I'll tell you this right now. If you're single, life does not matter to you unless you want it to matter. So what I mean by that is if you want to go watch a movie by yourself and somebody bump into you, if you want to make the excuse and say, oh, I'm going to go meet somebody and that's how you feel comfortable, by all means. But if you know who you are and you just say, hey, listen, I came here to go watch a movie
Mm.
and I'm in and I'm out. I came here for that research, for that cinematic experience.
Mm.
By all means, nobody owes you nothing for that,
Fair.
you know?
All right. So this is the second part of my question.
Yeah.
I have one friend. Shout out to C4, friend of our podcast. Actually, he's getting married this weekend.
Nice.
Congrats.
Big congrats to C4. But he proposed something to me, something that he's been doing pretty consistently. His girlfriend, while he lived in Toronto, his girlfriend at the time lived in Jamaica.
Mm.
He lived with his brother. Sometimes he wants to just take some time for himself and just do his own thing. So once a month, he goes out and he gets a steak for himself.
Mhm.
He goes to a nice restaurant. He just buys a steak for himself. At first, because he told me this a couple of years ago, I thought that was a little, I wouldn't do it.
Mm.
Now I'm getting older and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? One night to myself where I just
Yeah.
go to a restaurant and get a steak might not be that bad. How do you guys feel about that? Taking
Yo,
yourself to a restaurant.
I'm pro solo dinners. I do that. I'm solo dinners is me.
Yeah.
When I was in school, I used to have like a solo dinner like once a month or twice a month, and then like a solo whatever
Yeah. And
brunch,
just
lunch.
enjoy your time.
Yeah, go sit at
Yeah.
a restaurant, order food.
Yeah.
I'll have a podcast, or I'll have my book.
yeah.
Mm.
No, it's nice. It's calm. Like,
Yeah.
and I think too, I've done a lot of like traveling in Canada by myself. Like, so I'll be like in a town for like
Do you
2 days.
travel by yourself?
Yeah.
Nice.
Here, there.
I
No.
don't mind the travel
Yeah.
by myself, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Like,
if I know I'm
yeah.
going to be safe.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure.
when you travel by yourself and you're somewhere, you just want to go try the food, grab it. Because that's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
I've been by myself where like I'll just get takeout, eat in my hotel room,
Yeah.
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 watch
yeah,
whatever on the TV, or I'm like, this restaurant's a little vibe. Let me see,
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
up here.
Yeah.
Grab a seat. And the thing too, I think that it should be more of like a thing that we do because sometimes you might go on more dates with other people than dates with yourself.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
so it should be like something you
You
do.
have to build that relationship with you
Yeah.
first. Yeah.
Exactly. So I think I like it.
Because the thing too is like, well, I don't know, like you say you see like recently single, right? So it's like for me, like I've been single for a while, so like to enjoy my own time is something nice because a lot of the times people can't, like, they think of it, they're like, how did you do that? And I'm like, oh, I just got up and walked away. Like, I can do that. Like, I just came back from Barcelona like 3 weeks ago by myself, and I just said, yo, you know what? I'm just gonna go. And I went because I wanted to go indulge in the food.
Yeah.
Barcelona has 3 of the top 10 of the top 50 best bars in the world. So I said, yo, fuck it, I'm gonna go check that out.
Yeah.
I went in there and I did that myself. So it's like, if it like in life, there is a quote, right? The quote goes, you can go fast by yourself, but you can go farther with 2 people. And that's understandable. But if you know what you're doing by yourself, you're gonna have a lot of fun by yourself. Like in due time, you're gonna need somebody, but if you know that you're not ready for that person yet, and you just still want to kind of, and it's not you being a hoe and discovering yourself, you know, it's just more in the sense of like, because I don't want to hear all that, like, no, I don't want to hear all that. It's just more in the sense of like, yo, like if I want to go on vacation in the next couple weeks, couple months, I don't have to worry about this and that. All I have to make sure is I have money in my pocket. I have to make sure that I'm safe when I get there, and we're good to go. So I think when it comes to being by yourself and taking your own time, I think a lot of people should do that more, because we live in a fast-paced society as well too, right? Where it's like clickbait, swipe right. Everything is either a yes or no now. Like it's very, very quick. So like we never take the time to really understand, what do we actually like? What have we not tried? What do we want to try? Where do we want to go? Things of that nature. So being by yourself is not bad as long as you understand what you're doing, but being with somebody else is always nice as long as that person that you're with is the right person that match with you.
Yo, play the horns for this. Play the horns for that.
Yo, to be honest, I think I spit all that because, to be honest, this actually tastes good. This actually slaps. Right?
So how do you feel?
What?
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, no, I agree with that. I think the older I got, the more comfortable I am being like solo. Like when I was young, I was living with the homies, doing this. Always had to have the guys around, or do this and that. Like I didn't even want to I wake up and I'm like, all right, what's the move? What are we doing? Like I'm just like around people,
bro.
And I needed that. And then the older I get, I really like my own time. Plus, going to eat by yourself, maybe because I'm by proxy, I'm down here working by myself in between. Like I'll run out, next door to the Peasant or wherever, and just pull up the computer, order dinner, and sit there for dinner by myself and just do my own thing.
Yeah.
And honestly, some days I really like that. Like it's like, I like being at home with the wife, but just those little moments.
You need that time to yourself for sure. I'm starting to realize that too now. Just being at home in my condo, it's just me and my dog, and I'm like, yo, I enjoy this. I used to be like, just like you said, yo, man, what's going on Friday? Yo. Some of the best Fridays I've had in the last couple months is me just cooling out. Cozy in my crib.
No stress.
Belly's full. Bills paid.
They have a joke. They say a man works 40 hours a week to make sure that he goes home to do nothing.
And we're content.
That's what it is.
And we're content.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand that. Like I need to be with somebody eventually that can understand that I need my own time to myself. And that is so important to my mental health, because us as men, we don't talk about mental health.
Nope.
Anytime something's stressing us, we got to just fucking figure it out ourselves.
Man up.
But that, exactly. And we've been grown on that, and our dads have been grown on it, et cetera, et cetera. So we need that time to ourselves to kind of just cool out, chill, and just figure any problems that we have, any stresses that we had, just to relax, get it off your shoulders. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's something that Brittany needs to know when we start dating.
Yo,
let's go.
That was a crazy bar right there.
Right.
I think that the alone time and time with yourself is important in terms of how you attack everything else as well. I think that you come in everything else with a different energy. Like the energy, it's like going out. When you go out sometimes when you're younger, especially, you're like, I need to have a Project X time of my life tonight. I come all the way down here. I'm hyped. The man them are here.
Yeah.
You can still go out, as an older person, but you're not putting that pressure on the situation. You're not coming into it with the energy of I gotta get plastered tonight or I'm not gonna have fun.
And chasing the dragon.
Chasing the dragon for real. And so it's like the energy you come with to everything else you do outside of yourself changes when you spend that time with yourself. So it's like, okay, I don't need to be hyper for this, or I just feel like comfortable with who I am. I'll do my best here. Enjoy myself, bring the energy. And so I think that's part of it too, because I feel like what you said about hitting on the mandem, whatever. Because it's not like you don't go out anymore. You know, we still go out and do stuff from time to time. You know,
yeah.
But it's not the same as.
Yeah,
Before
not
it's like,
I'm not begging for it.
When I get to the party, bro, I'm talking to everything. Like it's not.
Nah.
You know,
I'm known in the whole space.
Like, you know, it's
you
not.
don't even need that no more.
So you can still go out and have fun, but it's not the energy of like, let's go. You know, so
well, we look for as you get older, we look for sophisticated fun and or fun that complements what we do in life, right? So it's like even for me, like I don't really go out and have fun like that no more. Like pop bottles, do this, do it, do whatever. But I will go out and be like, oh shit, like. This is a mingle. Like, there's a lot of people having
those
cocktails.
vibes, bro.
Yeah, you know, like they're having a cocktail in their hand. They're either business conversating or having casual conversation, but it's meaningful. So it's like this is a meaningful party versus like I go over there, I bump into somebody, we getting mad, and then all of a sudden I gotta show you like where I'm from.
You want to know why they call me Ranger?
Yeah, like you know. Yo, listen, let me tell you something. There's a man that was in high school. I won't say no names, but that man got the arm one time, and we called that the night cold because I put him to sleep with it, with the chokehold. I had the man like this, yo.
This man is a Power Ranger.
Now I don't do that no more.
Not a regular Ranger. But you're right.
Regular Ranger.
You're right, though, because I think, too, that, like, how you think about going out, especially, is part of it. So it's like, this is like...
Yeah.
You could go out sometimes and like you try and talk to whatever, you meet someone and it's like you're not even having a real conversation because that person's drunk, you're a little tipsy. You're talking for 10 minutes and none of y'all said nothing. But you also can go out sometimes and meet someone new and they can just blow your mind with the conversation you have, you know? I went somewhere where someone, like I was talking to them and they were like, you introduce yourself as a journalist? Tell everyone that you're a writer instead. Jeez. I made a whole talk about using writers instead of journalists when I tell people what I do. Nice. And this person never met them, know nothing about them, but it's like it was a whole different vibe in general. I didn't go out being like, hope someone could give me some game. You know what I'm saying? I just went out on some enjoy myself. And that's when you it's kind of like it's contagious. The energy you come with is energy that comes back to you.
Yes, 100%. And that's the thing that's crazy in life too, right? Because it's like the times that you're not really trying to really spit game is when the game starts to come along because it's like you're having that conversation with somebody, then they flow back with you and you're like, oh shit, let's see how far they go. And
effortless.
And it's effortless now. And you're like, shit, are we actually conversating now? Like we're actually having a convo. Like,
I'm here talking to a stranger.
Yeah, like I'm talking to a stranger. And sometimes that's the best part, you know, because somebody that doesn't know you and you don't know them and you go genuine, it's a genuine feeling. And they're like, oh, okay, like this person's real because they don't know me and I have no idea who they are, but we're still putting in the same time and effort to talk to each other, to get to know each other. That's the beautiful thing about meeting strangers and creating friends. Like,
how much drinks are we at right now?
We're about to be on our last one. I want to give one quick thing about the movies. I think, to be honest, you're right about Wakanda, but I think you have to remember too that movie was more of a tribute piece. It wasn't,
the second one.
Yeah,
the second one. Yeah. So I feel like, because I just want to address that because I'm a big nerd when it comes to Marvel, DC, things of that nature. So like, even in my top five, like my top five is literally all anime and Batman. Like, or not anime, sorry, all Marvel. It was Love and Thunder.
No,
but Love and Thunder. Love and Thunder for me. No, Love and Thunder for me wasn't my favorite. It's not my favorite. It's just the 5 movies that I actually saw this year. It's not
okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like. I wish I had a top 5. Like I actually didn't even get a chance to watch.
You predominantly watch MCU.
Because once again I read the comics and I understand the comics, so I watch it for actual market research. I'm like, let me see.
Did you watch the Jujutsu Kaisen movie?
Of course.
Okay.
I'll
take that over Love and Thunder.
I watched Zero. Of course, 100%. Love and Thunder is low. Like it's down.
How low?
Like real to the ground. Like I'm stopping that. Like I only watch that for market research. Like I sat there and I was like, fuck, bro. Shit.
No, but his market research is legit. You didn't hear about his sneaky link research?
Yeah, of course. I had to do my research on a lot of stuff, yo. But no, that one was a tough one. I didn't really like that too tough. If we're gonna talk anime, like movies that I saw in the theaters, I love One Piece. I didn't love Red.
Okay.
I didn't love it. It was
have you seen it?
A big musical.
Yeah, bro. I have not seen Red yet. I missed it in theaters.
Boy,
but I know I saw the pre episodes to it and stuff.
Yeah.
And I wasn't too hyped.
That's pretty sad. So
it was tough, man.
I think there's a future for anime movies in theaters being for real.
Oh, 100%.
But that's
that
not
one.
good.
That one
the DBZ movie was solid though.
Was ridiculous because you know what it is. Animation in film, like in theater, especially when you're watching it on the big screen, sometimes it moves fast paced and you're like, holy shit. And then you're taking it in and you're like, yo, this motherfucker's on the screen going, wow. Like he like, especially like Kaizen, right? Like Kaizen has a backstory that people haven't read in the manga yet, and then they see this kid doing some wild shit, and they're like, yeah, that's some cool shit. Like if I watch it on my pirate, like I'm pirating on my phone, like I can see it and I'll be like, oh, okay, that's pretty sick.
Yeah,
but
watching it at home is not the same.
Not the same. So like,
yeah, you're right. There is going to be a lane for it, especially in North America.
For sure.
Because already in Japan, like man's watched this shit.
Yeah.
You know, but in North America,
And even some of the anime movies that are on Netflix, like Hero Academia. Death Note, some movies are decent. You know what I'm saying?
No,
My Hero has some good movies too.
So I'm like, like these coming into theater. So, special glass.
Listen, I made sure.
Nigga, stop talking.
I brought the special one.
It's like, so you know.
I said, yo, what the movie?
Saw some shit.
I want some Prosecco.
Right? Yo. I made sure, listen, this will cost me a pretty penny this morning.
Listen, you know what impresses me? We said that the women are impressed by the colors.
The shape message.
As long as the glass got some curves.
The shapes are real in this one.
Oh, God. All right, so our non-rap suggestion of the week.
Nah, but what is this drink called?
Oh, we want to go there?
He wants to pour it. So.
Shit. Go ahead, brother.
So what we're going to be having for today, especially when it comes to celebration, this is going to be our New Year's drink for today. So the New Year's drink, during New Year's, you always get that bubbly action to toast your friends and family. And what I wanted to do is I kind of wanted to amp it up a little bit. So what I did actually was I brought, there we go. So we're going to be making a French 75. The French 75 is a really nice cocktail. There's different variations on it. You can, it's mainly used with gin, but essentially you could do like a tequila style. You could do a vodka style. I recommend like more clear liquor styles. But essentially with the French 75, it actually has a crazy history name to it because the French 75 is actually named after a war weapon. So essentially with the power that it has within the war weapon itself, I'm bad with history, so don't ask me what war, but it was during the times
of the War of Wakanda and Atlantis.
Wakanda forever. Yeah, him and Wakanda and Neymar, they went to go reach for the French 75.
I'm screaming. That's Wakanda and Neymar. You're wrong for that.
Neymar was out there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so this cocktail is quite nice. So what it takes is gin. It takes simple syrup, and some lime juice. So what we'll do is we'll shake it up, and then once we shake the bad boy up, we'll actually top it with some sparkling wine. So that's what really makes the cocktail really pop a little bit. So we'll go, since we're going to do two of them.
ASMR to blood clot.
Right. We'll do a 1.5 in that bad boy. We'll also match it the same way. We'll do a 1.5 with the simple as well too.
Yo, you see the pour angle?
Come on.
That's crazy.
That wrist action, dude.
That's crazy.
True to this, not new to this.
Early.
You know what I think from making these drinks? Like, do you ever get like your mix on at home like that? Like, you kind of would have to buy these materials to make these drinks.
Yeah, can I tell you what I do at home?
100%.
Be me and Shorty, right? I'd be like, baby, watch this. This is a rum and coke.
Right? Yeah.
No ice?
Yeah. No ice, just raw.
No
ice and no lime.
Damn.
Like, yo, you enjoy that. You enjoy that. That's
no
for you.
ice, rum and coke.
Don't worry. By the end of this podcast, Mayor's gonna have a lot of options on his cocktails.
Okay. You're really gonna be courting.
No, the real thing I think is that you need to have something that could be like your default, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you ask them what they want. That's a tricky situation.
Yeah.
You ask them what they want. They say, "Can you make me a triple double?"
Sangria.
The most they'll ask you is like, "Yo, you can't give me like a daiquiri or like a cosmopolitan,
bro."
Like that. Like,
Baby.
All you have is
not over here, baby.
I can make you a vodka soda. Like,
Yeah.
You know,
that is all,
baby, I grew up in the hood, baby. I don't know about them things.
But don't worry, that's how we're getting sophisticated these days. So we're gonna get good with that one. You gotta get the taste.
That's what I think my question is like, is there a drink that, or even ingredients that you should just have
in the crib?
In the crib, because
lime juice for sure.
Lime juice, I'm seeing simple syrup. I see a lot.
I'll give you the easy steps on how to make a quick house bar. So what you always want to do is you always want the 5 essentials. You want rum, lime, vodka, tequila, and gin. If you have those 5 options in your house, anything that any person that comes to your crib, they'll drink any of those things. Always have that little bit of lime juice, a little bit of lemon juice, have some bubbly, like some club soda, maybe some tonic, because a lot of the times in our modern day, people play it safe, right? If I go to
Gin
somebody's
and tonic.
crib, exactly, gin and tonic, rum and coke, whiskey,
Whiskey
rye,
sour.
yeah, well, rye and whiskey. Whiskey sour will be a little bit more later on for like people that really, really love cocktails. But yeah, you keep those simple essentials in the crib, and you're definitely good to go when it comes to that. So this cocktail right here is going to be our French 75. So notice I put it halfway. The reason, oh God, the reason being is because we're going to be adding some bubbly to it. So that's the New Year's right there. So, you know, I thought I heard you guys talking about some New Year's resolution stuff.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, this could be definitely one of the things that people can learn during the New Year's times is like learn new cocktails because, you know, January, February getting real cold and stuff like that. So you can kind of hone your craft a little bit at home. But
Adriel, you want to pop that for the year end, bro?
Yo, come pop this. Pop that, cuz. Go see the cork flying.
Fuck the studio.
Yeah.
Listen, I remember
That
when you
invoice
popped the
about to
bottle
look
on here.
crazy.
That invoice about to go through the roof,
Listen,
literally.
I saw what happened when you popped the bottle on here.
Oh yeah. The Huss episode.
So you want? So what are you doing? Like a shake
No,
up
keep
and
your thumb on top of it.
Yeah.
Since working at Joey's, I had to open a lot of champagne.
So are we doing like a real proper shake?
Nah.
Tell me how.
I'm trying to fuck the studio.
Just let me know where to send the invoice, dog.
Yeah. You're the pop master.
Yeah, I have to pop bottles every fucking. There you go.
It is.
There you
Cheers,
go.
gentlemen.
Pay sex and paychecks.
Right? Get the bubbly pop in. Hit this on an angle too. That's another thing that you want to do when it comes to champagne itself or any type of bubbly. You want to hit it on the angle a little bit because if you hit it straight in the middle, it'll start to overflow a bit. Be nice.
Sounds like
right? That's some commercial style right there.
I'm gonna delete that from the podcast.
You have to keep that in.
You're keeping that. Dog.
Did anyone hear what this guy really just said?
Oh, we heard that. We heard that. I was
Yo,
That was wild, no? Out of pocket.
yo, this
You're a
man.
wild boy,
I'm
bro.
not even gonna repeat it. Y'all just gotta rewind. I'm not even gonna repeat it.
When you hit it in the middle.
Get it from an angle.
Y'all making me fuck up my shit.
Yo.
Man, you're not gonna be courting for long. with a game like that.
Jeez.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I think this is a good time to get to our non-rap suggestion because
Oh yeah, for sure.
these drinks are giving me a little bit of the, you know,
The wavy wave?
the wavy wave for sure.
Yo, that Zoom call about to be crazy for you later, Adriel.
All right, so non-rap suggestion of the week. I listened to the Metro Booming album a few weeks back.
Mhm.
Really good album. Like that one
Mm.
caught me off guard, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I didn't end up mentioning it in my top 5, but it's definitely a solid album this year. Testament to all the good music that came out. But surprisingly, The Weeknd was on the album. I felt like The Weeknd and Metro Booming wasn't really a combination that I would see coming. They had a track called Creeping with 21 Savage.
Mhm.
I was fucking with it. It's sampled so many different times.
Yeah, the Mario Winans.
Yeah. So listen to Creeping. Creeping is a big song for sure.
Yeah, Creepin'. I feel like they chose the right song to sample because that song is a known song, but it's not like a huge, you know.
You want to take that?
No. Oh, I got mine here. I know
Yeah,
Adriel's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm seeing Ralph just crushing these right now.
Yo.
It's a Friday night.
Of course.
It's New Year's Eve right now.
Right now, you know.
We're counting down. That's it. Woo.
So, you know, Adriel, the thing with Adriel, real quick, before he gets to his non-rap suggestion,
Mm.
whenever somebody brings something to the podcast, Adriel just takes like a little dash of it. He doesn't really indulge in it too much. So Huss brought the royal honey. You didn't have a sip of it.
No.
So I was home having the whole royal honey energy on 100.
Dude,
You know what I'm saying?
your dog's getting freaked out.
Hopefully you drink the island punch when you get home
Alright.
at some point
No,
during the
listen,
holidays.
I got some days off. This Island Punch is gonna get drank.
Okay.
This might
perfect.
be my Christmas dinner contribution. You know, I'm gonna bring
Nice.
something.
Yeah.
Mm.
Christmas dinner. So
Some island punch.
a black family in Ajax will be drinking this Island Punch.
For sure.
Shuts out.
Or non-rap suggestion.
Non-rap suggestion.
So I chose a song that is not a small song at all, not a low-key song, but I feel like if you don't know of this band, this is a good song to get you in.
Mm-hmm.
The Black Keys, Little Black Submarines.
Mm-hmm.
This became a song I listened to when I used to get hungover. It's not an all hungover song. The song goes fucking hard.
Yeah.
So doesn't fit that. But if you're trying to dabble your foot into rock music, step out the rap world, this is a good start. Low Black Submarines, the Black Keys.
Nice.
I fuck with it.
Sick.
Fuck with it.
Nice.
Chris, you got anything this week?
Yeah, man. I got Something in the Orange by Zach Bryan. It's a
Ooh.
buddy of mine was he does these things on like Facebook where like he's got like two little kids. He'll just like hop on. He's got a sick voice and he'll just start singing. I was like, what the fuck song is he singing? It's not normally something I like, but yeah, I've been playing that out all week. Something in the Orange by Zach Bryan.
Cool. It's on like all DSPs.
Yeah. You listen. I got it on Spotify.
Okay,
Yeah,
dope.
it's kind of I want to say it's kind of like bluegrass country ish, but it's like got a lot of soul to it too.
Yo, I love country music, low key. It's tough for a black man in Toronto to be saying that, but like
Heard.
there's a lot of country tracks that I'm like, yo, this
Yo,
is vibing for me, bro.
I wasn't a big country fan growing up, but like the older I get, there'll be certain stuff like more like the bluegrass kind of like
Yeah.
the kind of
Yeah.
the folky stuff. Like, you know, I want to hear some good guitar in there. I want to hear some pain. I want to, you know
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I want to hear,
some stress, some
some
striking.
stress,
Like,
man, you know?
Ranger, what is the name of this drink again?
Yeah, so that's called a French 75. So
French 75.
yeah, it's gonna be. You could do a lot of different variations. You could do tequila. You could do vodka. This one has gin in it for the botanicals. But yeah, the French 75 is definitely a fun one.
All right.
Definitely a nice celebration drink.
All right. Big ups, Chris.
Right.
You already know what it is. Adriel,
Save sex and paychecks.
the
Of
listeners,
course.
Ranger.
Early.
Chris, can you describe this real quick for the people?
Right.
Well, it kind of has let me
let me get more samples in there. Taste it a little bit more.
Yo.
you know, there's a little bit of a citrus backing.
Nice.
I want to say there's a little tartness to it,
Nice.
you know, but on the end of the sip, that's where you really get hit with that full flavor.
Nice.
And it kind of leaves a little something in the mouth for you to like kind of take with you.
like a
Hey,
mouthfeel.
yo.
Like
a little
mouthfeel.
mouthfeel.
Like
Hey,
a
yo.
mouthfeel,
Pause.
little mouthfeel.
We're not feeling any mouths. But
Camera on pause.
Yo.
it's not bad though. It's got, you know what? It kind of gives me like a little apple juice vibe to it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know
Yo,
what it is.
when
Yeah.
Chris says it,
Well-
it sounds sick.
It sounds the-
You know what? You're
If a
getting.
nigga told me my shit tastes like apple juice, I'd be tight.
No, but you know what?
But when Chris says it,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
sounds good.
It's like
It has a little bit of a
like a crisp Macintosh. Like you just
Yeah.
bit into a crisp
A massive
Macintosh.
Macintosh, you know.
Yeah, man, man said the type of apple.
No, but you know what? He's not wrong because it comes from the sparkling wine. So the sparkling wine has that crisp apple kind of tasting. See
Yo.
that man's taste buds.
This is an episode and a half, I'm telling you. This is,
Alex out here.
this is
man.
a,
That nigga said a Macintosh.
yo, this is a classic episode, I promise you. I promise you.
Chris Macintosh.
A man said, yo,
When's the last time you had a Chris
I'm at
Macintosh?
swirl it too, you know. Man said, yo,
How many Macintosh have you had?
Yeah.
dog?
The swirl.
Back end,
How many Macintoshes have you had, yo?
That's it. Yo,
It reminds me of a
Macintosh.
Chris. Listen, I've almost never. Yo,
A Chris Macintosh.
yo, I love
Yo,
it.
I'm dead, bro.
I
Yo,
love that.
Chris.
Comedy.
Yo, I gotta take Chris to get some drinks,
That's
bro.
comedy.
But no, but here's-
bring them back to a cocktail bar.
I have to, I have to.
No, but-
Romance, yo.
Omari gets in the bag like that too. Omari has a bag like that.
Yo, niggas that have bags like that, they get phones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Chris is married, but like,
Allegedly, but
yo, one day his wife's gonna hear this podcast and be like, this is what you've been doing, eh?
Yeah, that's all the hard work you've
no,
been doing.
but the other thing to say is, if you have bars like that with the drink,
Yeah.
that will give you the extra mile if the drink won't help you. Like the
Yeah.
drink should be impressive. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, if you
made this
describe the drink properly,
Yes.
yeah,
but
you're
it,
good.
it could be a rum and coke and it'd be like,
So Chris Hennessy.
this rum seems a little bit 18th century. This coke
Yeah.
reminds me of poverty.
Yeah.
This is to say,
Yeah.
I do say myself.
If I do say so myself. Yeah, I've
That's
seen
crazy.
people try to romance water, bro. Like that shit is crazy.
Bro,
Like
no,
regular, like tap.
Yes.
like
I've seen that too.
Yeah, Mazel
I've
flip
seen
that.
that
Yo,
too.
it's
That's
crazy,
funny.
bro. Mazel come and be like, yes, this is from the waters of Lake Minnetonka, and also the pH level is
Lake
quite nice.
Minnetonka.
It's like a level 3.
Yo,
It's like,
Level 3.
Yeah,
I used to
like,
work at a
holy shit.
restaurant and they had free wine tastings for all the staff. So every Thursday,
Yep.
wine tasting, everyone pull up. You know me. I'm here like,
Yeah, I'm in there.
what?
You're working a lot of
Yeah.
Thursdays.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
hey, why are you always early on Thursday but late every other day? Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And they would also get into the crisp bag with the with the drinks. But it was an Italian restaurant and they had a thing for Italian wines. And some of the owners had vineyards
Yeah.
in Italy. So they're taking it to the next level of this
yeah.
isn't a part of Italy where they don't have running water.
Yeah,
and it's just
they get crazy with it sometimes. Like, especially wine. Wine is a different type of elegant romance. Like them boys, like there was one, I think it was like, was it Hawaii or like, no, it was Iran or something like that. And like a wine came in from Iran. Because right now, a lot of wines are actually coming around the world a lot more, right? And I think something happened in Iran, like there was the war and stuff like that. So like some people are like, yeah, this wine tastes like gunpowder, sweat, a little bit of that blood. I'm like, whoa.
Yo, I don't know.
I said, holy shit, that's crazy.
Just give me the house wine.
Yeah, can I just get, let me just get some crisp, like, just give me something
I just wanted a
dry.
Pinot.
Yo, mix it up.
Yo, Jacob's Creek.
Yeah, like some people are wild. Like, but there's one too where it's like, I think like in Hawaii, there's like volcanoes that's happening over there. So sometimes people get like a volcano kind of aroma, and it's like, I look and I'm like, how the fuck do you guys know what the volcano is? Like, aren't you guys gonna die by the time like that shit slide and like melt your legs off? Like,
Yo, I heard that. I think it's something to do with the soil, right? Because all the ash from the volcano.
Yes, all the ash, so you get the flavor from that. Yeah, man. So it's like, it's crazy. There's a lot of different romance. Like, they'll be like, yeah, this was from 1978. A gentleman named like Bill Fuckalls came over here and like planted this over here and then accidentally put Chemical X, and then all of a sudden it became like the best
Powerpuff Girls?
Yeah, like
Chemical X.
Yeah, like it's crazy sometimes. Like,
So if I make a drink with the soil from Scarborough, I could just be like, this tastes like lower middle class.
Yeah.
Just like how I grew up.
Matching lower middle class.
I can taste the struggle in this.
All right, so go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, from what you're saying, the wine folk, they definitely do it up. They definitely do it up.
There.
I think that has to be something we think about in the new year of having a wine episode.
Yeah, I'd love to have a wine episode. I'd love to have Ranger back, by the way.
Yeah,
Big shout outs to you pulling up to the podcast.
No, 100%. Sure. I definitely appreciate the love and support. I appreciate what you guys are doing. Like, you guys, this is something fun, but not just fun, but it's something relatable to the people, right? So it's like a lot of fun topics, serious topics. Just you guys kind of just doing your thing. So it's like, shout outs to everybody for everything. Like, shout outs to all this stuff right here. Like, this is definitely something that I think that could definitely keep continuing moving forward. And you can get a lot of special features in here, do a lot of fun stuff, hot topics, all that great stuff. So I appreciate you guys putting me onto the crew, or not even the crew, but putting me onto the podcast.
No, you're part of the family now, bro.
Yeah.
So even on the wine episode, you're gonna have to pull back up. Ranger part 2.
For that wine episode, I'll bring you guys a whole bunch of wine. I collect so much wine at the crib, and I got like different like wine opening tools that we can kind of like look.
That's key. I got a wine in my fridge now that just can't be opened.
Yeah, exactly. It's sitting there like yeah. So even today too, I was like, should I bring like a cork or should I bring a screw top? I'm like, I'm gonna bring a screw top. Like, I'm not gonna do all this right now. Like, but there's a lot of different stuff. We could definitely talk about a lot of wines because I love wine as well too.
Yeah,
so
we'll
like,
definitely do that in the new year.
That.
Fuck with it.
Before we forget, and before you get to your creator showcase, you said you had gifts.
Yeah, so I had a gift. I wish I brought more, but being the mayor and all, you in the suit and tie, so I got you my custom more hospitality ties.
That's cool.
Get that. I appreciate that.
I'm gonna bring the rest for the crew next time. I didn't realize, but I'm definitely bring some more for the crew.
Thank you.
That's cold.
This is hard, bro. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, of course, anytime. What I try to do is, especially when it comes to clothing and hospitality, like I want to do 3 different styles. Like I want to do business wear, comfort wear, and restaurant wear. Right, where it's like if you're in the restaurant, like you got something kind of like this,
you're working
casual, and big shout outs to Shing for that. Like I think that they kind of do that quite well because Colin, which is the owner over there, like he created a brand versus actually like having the restaurant. So he has like clothing line stuff, a sports team. He does like community stuff. So it's like when it comes to clothing, like he has a lot of great restaurant wear for his staff, which is like through hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeves, whole bunch of different stuff. So I've always had that image before. Like I've had that like many years ago when I first started TL Streetender and started bottoms up and stuff like that. So that type of wear, casual wear where you can go outside and wear regular clothes, but still when people look at you, they're like, oh, you're in hospitality. Like I can kind of tell a little bit. So like that kind of wear. And then business attire, when you're going out, I got like cufflinks, I got like ties, vests, stuff that I'm working on too. So like a lot of fun stuff. So I do want everybody to really have fun when they're in hospitality or just meet somebody hospitable and have that conversation a little bit.
For sure. You actually brought up Shing. That's actually a creator showcase to close the podcast.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Colin.
Yeah.
He's been doing a lot of big things in terms of like growing outside of just the restaurant industry, as Ranger just mentioned. So I don't know if you want to say a little bit about Shing to Colin. He's been a good friend of mine too.
Yeah, Shing's been around for 25 years, going on 26, March 10th. We're going to be doing some big things over there. Very iconic place for those that's been around, like, you know, in the 2000s, 2010s. You know, we used to go there late night, 4 or 5 in the morning, get some good takeout food, some good Chinese food, stuff like that. So now over the years, Colin started to rebrand a lot more, took the reins from the mom and pop a little bit, and then ended up kind of really creating a brand, which is quite crazy. So like I was saying before, he started like a sports team, which was pretty wild for a restaurant itself. So had basketball, had softball, had dodgeball, different sports teams that allows you to kind of play in any variety. So if you're playing dodgeball, like anybody can play it. If you're playing softball, anybody could play it. Playing basketball, you better be damn good at it. So like, and then now we're sponsoring a 16 and under girls team too that we're doing, which is pretty cool. Big. We're looking for other things in the future when it comes to like tournament play and just doing like community stuff. Also too, we're doing a lot of branding once again when it comes to like clothing line stuff, which is pretty cool. Got some new stuff coming out for the public soon. Also, a lot of events have been going on lately too. We had our first couple buyouts of like ever. Like Shing's never really had a buyout at the restaurant, but we had our first 2 in the last like couple months, which was pretty awesome. And we're doing some big things. Got some fun surprises happening end of January to February, like some really, really big fun surprises. And then me kind of just trying to do some fun stuff over there as well, creating cocktails, doing baijiu, which is pretty crazy. I kind of want everybody to know about baijiu. Baijiu is China's national spirit. It's actually the most sold and most consumed spirit, period.
Wow.
Sells more than rum, tequila, vodka, whiskey, and gin all put together. Doesn't sell as much as baijiu, which is crazy. Yeah, it sells about 20. I think the number is like 21 point something billion dollars a year, and is consumed 8 to 10 million liters a year, and nobody knows about it. So it's actually crazy. So that's something that I've been really doing at the restaurant lately, is really pushing baijiu and really getting people to understand the flavors of it. And a lot of fun projects. So if you guys ever want to pass by, 195 Dundas Street West, definitely pass by. We're open every day. Start at 11, close at like 11:30. So we don't really, or 11:30, 12ish. We don't really do like the 4 or 5 a.m.s anymore. But come through. I know people know about Shing, but yeah, come through.
Shout out to Shing, man. Colin been a good friend of mine for a long time, and just wish you continued success into 2023. And big ups to you. Got to get you on the podcast one of these days, brother.
Yeah, most definitely.
For sure.
One of the hardest working out here.
Before we close, can you just do a last word for our sponsor, Island Punch?
Mm-hmm. I think we gave Island Punch the best episode they could ever ask for. If I'm being honest.
Big shout out to Island Punch.
The only thing we're missing, and this may be like a New Year pod, is to have Chris taste Island Punch and do his little review of it. I think that would be
Chris saying Bumbleclad after drinking Island Punch would be amazing.
It'd be immaculate. But get yourself some Island Punch. Find them on Instagram at Island Punch Toronto. Mm-hmm. Get yourself some Island Punch. You know what time of the year it is. You got your sorrel, you got your rum cake, and you got your Island Punch. So please give them a follow. Get yourself a bottle. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. So please support your own.
Yeah, the color's nice.
Shout outs. And that's episode 27. Adriel, close us out. Actually, before that, Chris, are you good? You happy?
Oh, I'm good, brother. I'm good. We had a time today.
I love it. Adriel.
Listen, if you made it this far in the podcast, you know what to do. Leave us a rating and a review. 5 stars, not a single star less.
Yeah.
Follow us on Spotify,
yep,
Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts.
Shit, we're on TikTok too.
On TikTok. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Listen, all you podcast listeners, I've been saying this for a long time. Get your life together. Yeah. Get over to YouTube. There's no reason for us to be looking this beautiful, and you're not watching us on YouTube. So please get over to YouTube. Make sure you're watching us. And of course, until next time, know yourself, know your worth.
Yes, sir.